What is going on, everybody? Here we are again. Another Monday night. Another therapy section for the New York Giants. Last week was so much more fun when we won. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. That stream was a lot of fun because you actually won a game. And don't do that very often over here, so got to take advantage of it when we can, I guess. But yeah, I see all the Gruden stuff, guys. I don't care. It's got nothing to do with the Giants. I really don't care. I'll be honest. I don't care. That's got nothing to do with the Giants and whatever. It's not a big deal to me. It really isn't. I'm not a Raider fan. I don't care. Big deal to my brother-in-law. He's a Raiders fan, but to me, I don't care. If Joe Judge resigns, then it'll matter to me, you know. But as far as John Gruden goes to Raiders, they're not even in the same conference as the Giants. I don't care. I don't really follow the entire NFL. I am more of a college fan than I am an NFL fan. I just am. So it's just me. I don't have time to follow the entire NFL, especially the Raiders. I just don't. I saw that. I'm like, whatever. That's why I don't make a video. Everybody made a video on it, man. I don't care. I care about the Giants. Giants got their own damn problems. I ain't worried about the Raiders' problems. I'm worried about our problems. I'm worried about our injuries. I'm worried about our future. I'm worried about our quarterback, our head coach, our GM. I'm worried about that. I'm not worried about John Gruden. I don't, whatever. You know, just like when Urban Meyer goes, I ain't going to care about that because I know that's coming too. So anyway, what's going on the Mule? William Jones, Chris hey, my man Chris Fusco in the house. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Our Giants suck. Ghost Van, what's going on? Donovan Paola, Afghanistan, Dylan Hayes, Real People, Christopher Hidalgo, Ballin' with AC, Evan Spitzberg, Spencer Croce, Scotty H, Michael Fishman, True Gamer, Luann, KP, Michael Valdez, Sports Expert. What's going on? Kang King, Gridiron Sports, Tornado 3Z, Galen Shumway, Manuel Mojica, G537, Richie MC. Yeah, Philly 500s, man. I love Philly 500. Brian Pena, what is going on? Eagle fans make me laugh, though. I can't deny that. They make me laugh. They win an ugly game against a terrible quarterback, and they think they're not a good team. We suck, but I mean, come on, man. Do Eagle fans really think they're going to do something with that squad? They'll probably beat us. I mean, I don't know if we'll win another game the rest of the year. We're terrible, but they're not good. What's going on? White Oreo, Giants girl in Florida, John Williams, Lizzie loves lovely, Kaylin, how can I be the man? We need a man. Clutch B-Ball TV, Cheese Whiz goes. Hey, looking forward to the Knicks, Noah. Maybe they'll give me some joy here in the winter because we all know the Giants aren't going to do it. Trojan Camo, what's going on? Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you, Bill Barnhart. Notorious Dink, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate you, Brilly. Nursing a breakup. Oh, God. Any words of wisdom for not hating single life and trusting the process? Yeah, I have words of wisdom. This is pretty much what it is, man. It is simple. Really, a time heals. It's cliche as hell, Notorious Dink, but it's fact. Time heals all wounds. And everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I mean, everything happens for a reason, obviously. She wasn't the one, and it happens. I mean, it's very rare that your first relationship is also your last one. It's rare. It really is. So, hang in there, buddy. You know what I always would say: keep your mind off of things. Hang out with your friends. Do stuff you like. Just get your mind off of it. Kind of distract yourself with things that you enjoy doing. And before you know it, you'll be past it. That's what I used to do, man. And I know it ain't easy when it first happens. It sucks. I mean, I've been there a number of times, and that was really what I did. I just kind of was like, I would go out and play basketball, or I would go out and hang out back in the day, we used to go to clubs and hang out. I don't even know if those exist anymore because of the internet and everything. But, we're talking back in the early 90s, the middle 90s. We used to go out to clubs and bars and stuff and hang out. It was different time, house parties. I don't know if they do that anymore either. Who the hell knows, man? I've been out of the game for 21 years, so I don't know. But that's what I would say, man. Distract yourself, and with each day that passes, it gets easier. And like I said, if you keep distracting yourself, the days go by before you know what, it's done. And you're on to the next one. That's the best advice I can give you, buddy. But I can tell you this, don't watch the Giants because that'll just depress you more. I can tell you that right now. Oh, yeah. The reality, what's going on? Slot King and Nick the First, EJ Cool. What's up, man? Paul, Miss Laborski. What's going on, man? Silva. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for being here. Dennis Sisto, Flip 270. Benjamin Wynn, my man. How you doing? Aaron Quinn, thank you for joining the stream. Paul, you know how Eagle fans are, buddy. They're whatever. I don't even care anymore, man. They make me laugh. I actually need a laugh. I go watch one of the content creators talk about how good their team is. That makes me laugh. They don't live in reality. I don't know what else to say. I can come on here to tell you my team sucks, man. The Eagles could be in this situation. They'd be talking about, oh, Jalen Hurts is going to be a Pro Bowl. Jalen Hurts is Russell Wilson. I like that one myself. But it is what it is, man. Austin is sports. Caleb Karan, what's going on? No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. Season's still young. Season's over, buddy. Season may be still young. It's done. LT, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really. Is this a new channel, Guidance or Dr. Dog? It's not. But LT, I've been around a long time. I lived a lifetime. I really did live a lifetime between 1994 and 1999. They don't call me Bad Dog for no reason. I've experienced a lot in my life. I've experienced the single life for a long time, and I've experienced a married life for a long time. So I can speak from both sides of it. I always say I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. Nobody understands women anyway. It don't matter. Been my wife 21 years. I still don't know what the hell she wants. Predictions for the Rams game. Pain. You know, it sucks, man, because listen, you know, DC for life, right? He's better to barely beat the Panthers, and some content creators out there say they have a chance to win. Yeah, it is. You know how they are, man. They're whoo, they're out there. But as far as the Giants go, man, you know, people are like, "Oh, are you mad?" Or I love when they're like, "You're salty, you're pissed off." And no, I'm sad. Like I'm not even mad. I'm sad. It's saddening. If we would have lost, and listen, man, I picked Dallas to win the game. You know, I didn't think we were going to beat Dallas even at full strength, and Dallas is a good team, and I didn't say anything else about it. But it sucks that our players got hurt. That's if we would have just come out of that game and lost it, but we had Barkley, we had Jones, we had Andrew Thomas, we had Kenny Galladay at 100%, man. Thomas didn't even play in the game, but if we didn't have the injuries to major parts of our team, man, I wouldn't have been as sad. I would have been as upset as I normally am. Well, probably not, because I didn't think we'd win. Brock, thank you for being a member for 2 months, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Brilly says if you get the Darnold, he will see ghosts. Well, he threw 3 picks. He stinks, man. I said that from day one. I never was a Sam Darnold fan at any point. He's not a good quarterback. And I'm usually right about the quarterbacks. I'm wrong about some, and I'm usually pretty good about if they're going to be good or bad. Yuri, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Brilly. Panthers are overhyped. The Panthers didn't play anybody. They beat the Jets. They beat Davis Mills, looked really good against the Patriots, but they played Davis Mills' first game in the NFL. That wasn't going to be any good. Cardinals are overrated, sure. They're 5-0. I don't know how you can be an overrated. I don't know how you can be an overrated 5-0 team. Please tell me. They're the only undefeated team in the league. How are they overrated? Who's overrating the Cardinals? Cardinals aren't overrated, man. They're 5-0 for a reason. They got the MVP on their team. Kyler Murray's the MVP of the league so far. The kid can ball out. But, it sucks. Like I said, man, it sucks it sucks with it. Yeah, Dan, I did. He said, Baddog, you called Kyler Murray being a star. I did. I knew day one that kid was going to be ridiculous. But it sucks for the Giants, man. It sucks. I just don't know where we go from here. One thing I'll say, and I did want to do this. I did want to say this to a lot of Cowboy fans on my post-game video. A lot of Cowboy fans were very classy. A lot of them came over there said, hey man, it sucks that you guys got hurt. We hope for a speedy recovery for Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. You don't like seeing that, man. They're like, you guys got some good players. You're just not there yet. Be patient. Like, they were really classy. Most of the Cowboys fans that came to the post-game video were very classy about stuff. So shout out to those guys for being like that, because we all know that there's scumbags in every single fan base, including our own, that sit there and cheer on injury, and that's because their lives are meaningless and miserable. That's just the type of people that do that. So it is what it is. Grateful Deadmo, thanks so much, Brilly. If I were Gruden's boss, he'd be fired. Well, you don't have to worry about it. He resigned, I guess. He says, however, everything he said about Goodell is 100% correct. I didn't read any of the emails. My brother-in-law was telling me about this stuff on Saturday, because again, he's a Raiders fan. So I didn't know that what he even said about Goodell. I don't even know. And again, I don't really even understand the gist of this stuff, but I don't know, man. Whatever. I don't know what to. It is what it is, man. He's gone. I don't know what else to say. He's gone. See, he ain't got to fire him. He might have gotten fired anyway. Maybe that's why he resigned. I don't know. Maybe the owner told him to resign. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't read the article. I just saw John Gruden resigns. I saw that there was other things that he said in these emails. And again, I didn't go into it. I didn't read the article. I just saw the headlines and I go, well, I guess that was inevitable at that point, Yuri, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, really. This is two Belichick disciples who are still standing, are coincidentally 1-4. We were 1-4 last year, too. Freaking sucks. I'm so sick of being 1-4. I'm so sick of being 1-6. I'm so sick of not being over 500 at any time since the end of 2016. Sick of losing. Really sick of it. It's getting ridiculous, man. Really is. Orphanage DeGrom, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, really. Painfully gave my in real life brother a B-Day Judge jersey. Well, very nice. That shows you what kind of a guy you are. Even though you're a Met, you're thinking about family first. It's all about family first, Orphanage DeGrom. All about it. Peter says Gruden, the first of many coach firing. If the Steelers and Jags don't start winning, they can kiss their jobs goodbye. Well, Tomlin's been there forever. Steelers did get a big win over the Broncos yesterday. Also, Urban Meyer is not even going to get fired. Urban Meyer is going to leave because they're not good, and he's going to end up at USC. I have a feeling Urban Meyer is going to end up at USC. Pee-wee. LT, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, really. If you're good with quarterbacks, what do we have in Hurts? Is he the second best quarterback in the division, or should we start looking for the guy next year? I wouldn't look for him next year because the next year's quarterback class sucks. Honestly, I don't know. Listen, I'm not a Hurts guy, LT. I've never been a Hurts guy. And I speak from this, and you can ask anybody. I said that long before Philadelphia drafted him. It's got nothing to do with him being on the Eagles. He played for my Sooners, and I watched every snap. I watched every play. I know what the guy is. He's an athletic kid. I always say he's got the it factor. He does. He's a leader. He tries hard. It's hard not to like Jalen Hurts, okay? And Jalen Hurts is a good kid. It sucks that he's on the Eagles. Like, I hate that he's on the Eagles, okay? He can be a serviceable guy. He's going to be, I think his ceiling is average, but I think he's more of a below average quarterback. He can't throw deep. He's very inaccurate down the field. He doesn't make good reads. He is good at running the ball. When he was at Oklahoma, I kept screaming, why don't he run the ball more? Why aren't they running the ball more? I don't like him. He's not. Let me put it to you this way. The game plan against Atlanta was perfect for him. Why the hell Sirianni changed it and has him throwing 45 times? LT, at one point in that game, he had thrown 30 pass attempts for 93 yards, man. That's not good. Now, he got 40 yards at the end of the half when they were letting him complete passes in the middle of the field. Then they had a 53-yard pass on blown coverage. But he's got faith in himself. His teammates are going to have faith in him too because, like I said, he has the it factor. But that guy is not a guy that's supposed to drop back 45 to 50 times to the ball. That's not what he is. He'll never be that. When people compare him to Russell Wilson, I don't know what the hell they're looking at. I don't understand. I mean, it's because Russell Wilson was a third-round pick. Russell Wilson's way better. You can't even put them in the same sentence. Jalen Hurts will never be Russell Wilson. He won't be close to Russell Wilson. I think in the right situation, he can win you games, but I don't think that this guy is going to be a superstar. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't think he'll ever reach that level. I think you could get a better quarterback in a couple of years. But I don't see it, man. I don't think he's going to be a good quarterback. I said that, like I said it before the draft. I said the guy's a third or fourth round talent. That's why I laughed when you picked him. I was like, why are they taking him there? I think he got thrown into a starting job that he didn't plan on having. And I think Sirianni is setting him up for failure. I think that you guys got to do what you did against the Falcons. Perfect. That's perfect for Jalen Hurts. You got to be 50-50 with him. Run the ball more. Team needs to run the ball more, man. I don't know what the hell Sirianni's doing over there. Nelly, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Brilly. Baddog felt defeated Sunday. I knew we'd lose at Dallas, but the injuries being 1-4, just continuously losing. How is our season already over? Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And what sucks more for me is, the Yankees losing to Boston, because normally the Yankees season ends after the Giants season. And then I watch Boston beating up on Tampa, and I sit there and go, God, Tampa had a really bad series. And I think to myself, God, the Yankees probably could have beat Tampa because Tampa played like shit in this series, and Boston ended up advancing. And now it looks worse because I didn't think either one of them could beat Tampa, but Tampa played terrible. And they had a really bad break the other night when the ball bounced off the right fielder and Kiermaier ended up with the ground with a double. Go ahead run should have scored. But it is what it is. But yeah, it's depressing with the Giants. Always. It's always depressing. Asia, my lady, how you doing? Oh, the Rays tied the Red Sox. It was 5-0. It was 5-1 last I looked. What channel is that on? I got the Dodgers and Giants on here. I can never find the channels. Is it on Fox Sports 1? I can never find the baseball games. Nope. What the hell channel is this on? I can't find that game to save my life. Is it on MLB Network? Where the hell is this game? It's not FS1. They have college on there. It's not TBS. That's the Dodgers and Giants. Yeah, it's not FS1. It's not Major League Baseball. It's not MLB. Is it ESPN? No, because they have the football game on there tonight. Is it? What the hell channel is it on? Fox? 583. So I'm just looking at the wrong thing. Oh, there we go. Thank you, guys. It says Penn State, Iowa. That's why I got confused. Johnny Letourneau, thanks so much, brother. Appreciate you, Billy. Stella! Baddog, you're the man. How can I be the man when you're the man? It just shows that every coach comes from Belichick. All stink. Where do you see the Giants' next potential coach will come from, especially if the Giants continue to lose games? I really don't know, Johnny. It's a good question. I've heard the Jim Harbaugh thing a number of times. So maybe Jim Harbaugh. Maybe. It'll be interesting. I think the Giants may take one from the collegiate ranks, but I really wish we didn't have to talk about this already, but it seems like that all the damn time. Zig, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, Billy. No one wants to talk about how Toney killed Diggs. Oh, I talked about it in a video today. The video I did today was all about how good Kadarius Toney is. Kadarius Toney reminds me of Odell Beckham. Yeah, you know what's funny? I had a guy. People crack me up. I have a guy in there say, oh, you only watch 2 games. You must not watch. No. The guy says, thank God you're not a scout. And he spelled you are wrong. Of course they spell you. Thank God you're not a scout. Why are you are? Of course they spell you are wrong. Of course. I mean, this is the internet. So many stupid people on the internet. It's unbelievable. But of course he spells wrong. He goes, you've seen 2 games. Yeah, I mean, well, Jesus, Dave Gettleman saw one series with Daniel Jones and drafted him 6th. So, I mean, I saw 2 games. I saw a lot more than Dave Gettleman freaking did, didn't I? So, yeah, I guess I could be a scout. And then another guy told me, oh, he runs a 4.6. Did he take any to the house? You must have been listening. You must not watch any games. Yeah, okay. I watch every freaking game. And I always laugh at these people. I used to always say it all the time. If you're so good at this, if it's so easy, make your own damn YouTube channel. Let's hear your analysis, because I'm sure you're so great at it. Yeah, I watched the game, and yeah, Odell Beckham vibes all over the place. He doesn't run a 4.43 40. Doesn't matter. The elusiveness, the change of direction, the twitch, the ability to make people miss in the open field, in the electricity that the guy brings every time he touches the ball. And hell, even throwing a punch and messing around with the media. It's all Odell Beckham. That's what it reminds me of. Is he going to be as good as Odell Beckham? I guess we'll see. It's way too soon to tell, but he definitely reminds me of Odell Beckham. And remember, Odell Beckham's rookie season, he didn't play the first 3 games, so we didn't know. His 4th game, he came into his own against the Falcons. Well, Kadarius Toney had 2 catches for -2 yards. He played the Saints. He came into his own game 4, and he blew it up in game 5. But he was fun to watch. LT, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really, really. Thanks, dog. So you don't buy into quarterback development. Never said that. You can develop a quarterback as much as you want, LT. There's only a certain skill set that you can do. You can't give a quarterback a different skill set. You can't make Jalen Hurts into something he's not. You can't. He's not going to be able to throw the ball. He has no touch on the deep ball. I don't know how you teach that. He didn't have it in college. He certainly didn't have it at Alabama. The whole reason Jalen Hurts graduated college, he transferred to Oklahoma to prove that he could throw the ball in a very weak Power 5 conference where they don't play defense. If he never went to Oklahoma, he might not have been drafted. He got benched for freshman Tua. There's a reason that Tua replaced him as a freshman. Okay? The SEC is a much tougher conference as far as defense goes. And if he never went to Oklahoma, like I said, he may have been drafted. He certainly wouldn't have been drafted in the 2nd round. When you go to Oklahoma, you are by far head and shoulders the best team in that conference. It's not close. Oklahoma doesn't play anybody really tough until they get into the playoffs, and LSU blew us the hell out of the water. LSU put 49 points up on the board in the first half. The game is over, okay? Oklahoma don't play anybody tough. Now, next year, or I don't know if it's next year, but in a couple of years, whenever it is, Oklahoma's going to the SEC, and we'll really see what the quarterbacks are made of at OU. But that's why he went there. There's no other reason. There's no other reason. You know, LT, thank you, buddy. Really, thanks for Rival Talk. I appreciate honesty. It's got nothing to do with him being an Eagle. I would say that if he was a Raider, I would say that if he was a Charger, I would say that if he was a Buffalo Bill, a Chicago Bear, it's got nothing to do with him being on the Eagles. Ask anybody that's watched my channel. Ask anybody from 2 years ago before he got drafted. It's a fact. I've said the same thing. I'm not going to change. I wouldn't have changed it no matter where the hell he went. I would say the same thing if he was a New York Giant. Daniel Jones has a better skill set than Jalen Hurts. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. Daniel Jones has a better skill set than Jalen Hurts. It's true. Frank, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really. If you were John Mara, what would you do to turn this franchise around? We've been an embarrassment for the past 5 years. I said it in my postgame. Complete flush, Frank. You know what the Giants did? Yeah, I equate everything pretty much when you're building anything to a house, including your body, right? If you're building your body, but your legs are weak, you're weak. You know why? A house can look great above ground, but a weak foundation is a weak house. Your body can look great above the waist, but if you got weak legs, you have a weak body. It's a fact. It's a fact. All your strength in your body, or most of the strength in your body, is from the top of your knees to the bottom of your chest. It's your core, it's your hamstrings, it's your quads, it's your glutes. That's really where a lot of your strength is. Because you lift with your legs. You're supposed to lift with your legs. The Giants, well, this is what the Giants did. The Giants started rebuilding. They got about halfway, done with the first floor. It's a 2-story house. They got about halfway done with the first floor, and then they realized, the foundation sucks, and they got to tear it down and start it all over again. We never even rebuilt, Frank. We never even rebuilt. You know why? Because the foundation of your team is the trenches. And although the offensive line is gotten better, it still isn't great. Gettleman said he would fix the O-line. It's definitely been better this year. It's been a lot better than advertised. Andrew Thomas looks like the real deal, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and knock Andrew Thomas. And Matt Parrott played pretty well. So maybe that will turn into something. But right now it's not solid. We'll put it that way. And then on defense, we have no pass rush. We have 3.5 sacks the entire year. He never built that foundation. He never built that. You build from the inside out. You don't build from the outside in. He totally screwed that up. That's why we have to rebuild again. We need somebody that understands this stuff. You know, he drafted a lot of secondary players. He paid a ton of money to secondary play. Like in the secondary is not any good. Sucks, but that's what happened. We built wrong. We built it the wrong way. He built it the wrong way. And I was on board. I'm not going to sit here and deny that I was on board with Saquon Barkley pick. I wanted Saquon Barkley. That was the wrong pick. Roldy, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, my guy. Really. Roldy's my brother from another mother. He says, we need to bring in a GM who understands the modern day in football, a GM who will revamp the scouting department because the way we value prospects needs to change. It's an organizational issue, not coaching. You know, Roldy, I think it's all of the above. I think everybody has a part in it. I don't think the coaching's been good either, Roldy. But yeah, the play, you're right. We overvalue our prospects. How many times we talked about, and even fans, how many times the fans talked about, Lorenzo Carter is going to be a beast. Shane Ximines is going to be a beast. He's got how many years? Nothing ever happened with those guys. Nothing ever happened. Julian Love, he's a really good rookie here. Sucks. Where's Darnay Holmes? Anybody seen Darnay Holmes? Where's Darnay Holmes? Xavier McKinney, letdown. Logan Ryan, $30 million. What has he done this year? It's been bad. It's been bad. You know, Dexter Lawrence, everyone loves Dexter Lawrence. I never hear Dexter Lawrence's name called during a game, ever. It's rare. He knocks a pass down once in a while. The guy was the number 17 overall pick. He needs to do more than bat a pass down every other game. But everyone, he's good. No, he's not an impact player. We don't have impact players. You got to do better than, Saquon Barkley's a ton of talent. Hurt. Daniel Jones coming into his own. Hurt. Andrew Thomas playing well. Hurt. What the hell? Rolly, you can't catch a break, buddy. But I also think the coaching is bad. I think when the Giants find something that works, it's like they go away from it. And you know, the other thing is, I think everybody wants to blame Jason Garrett for everything. That was a stupid play having Daniel Jones run the ball. No, it wasn't. It was actually a smart play. The problem is they couldn't get in the first 2 carries. I like the call. I like it. I ain't blaming Garrett. Daniel Jones has legs. Use him down there. Dallas just wasn't fooled. Give Dallas credit for not being fooled, because I can tell you right now, if Daniel Jones walks into the end zone, nobody's complaining. And how did the Eagles tie the game up? Jalen Hurts with the same damn play walked in there. Carolina wasn't ready for it. There's no way. And I said at the beginning of the game, he has to stop leading with his head and his shoulder. Has to, because he's going to get hurt. And inevitably it happened later in the game. He does it all the time. I'm not going to blame Daniel Jones for wanting to lower the shoulder and trying to get the touchdown. I'm not faulting him for that, but he does it wherever he is on the field, and it worries me. I'm always like, Daniel, slide. I know he's a gamer. Listen, people think I don't like Daniel Jones because I'm critical of Daniel Jones. I'm critical of Daniel Jones because I love Daniel Jones. That's why. I root for Daniel Jones. There's no reason not to. He's a good kid. He works his ass off. It's his ineptitude sometimes is certainly not because he doesn't try. That's all you can ask for. He's a gamer. He's tough. I love Daniel Jones. But some of the stuff he's got to clean up, because he's not going to have a long NFL career if he keeps leading with his damn head. Orphanage Grom, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, really. He says, I told Tana this, don't ever change because of people. Orphanage Grom, I will never change, buddy. I say it all the time. My motto is, I'd rather you hate me for who I am than like me for who I'm not. I'm not going to be fake. You don't like me, I don't care. That is what it is. You can't please everybody. And you know what? That's saying something about you. If you're successful, you're going to have haters. That's just how it is in any facet of life, no matter what you're doing. If you're successful, there's just going to be people that hate on you. If you don't have haters, you're not reaching enough people. That's a fact. That's a fact. The most successful people in any walk of life have haters. Every one of them. That's true. So if you have haters, you're doing something right. So don't worry about me. I'll never change, buddy. Never. Brock, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really, do you still think Hurts is worse than Rattler? No, I do not. No, I don't. Rattler sucks. I do not think that. What I will say is this. Brock. Rattler doesn't have what Jalen Hurts had there. Rattler does not have what Hurts has. Hurts had a fantastic running game, and he had a fantastic offensive line. Rattler does not have that at all. Hurts had a way better team around him, but no. Spencer Rattler worries me. Spencer Rattler, if he goes at the end of the first round to a really good team, can succeed. If he has to go to a team like Jacksonville, like a bad team, like if he was on the Jacksonville or he was on the Giants or if he was on the Eagles even, he wouldn't be good. But if you put him on Green Bay, he'll be really good. But that's what he needs. He's the type of quarterback that needs to have really good pieces around him to succeed. That's what I'm seeing this year. And he's probably going to lose his job. I think he'll still start, but Caleb Williams came in there at a miraculous comeback. You're probably going to see more of Caleb Williams going forward. He's the future of Oklahoma anyway. Robert, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Brilly, my guy. He says, what up, bad? I was pulling for your G-Man over the Cowboys yesterday. I know everybody was, and we let you down. He says, I didn't mean to be out of order. You're never out of order, man. You're a good dude. He says, I'm just anti-Dallas. Who isn't, Robert? That's one thing Eagles and Giants fans can agree on. We all hate Dallas. My birds are in rebuild. Cowboys did some pretty dirty plays. Good luck, G-Men. There was definitely some bad blood in that game, but I don't think Daniel Jones, I don't think that was a vicious hit. I think Daniel Jones initiated that, and Saquon Barkley's injury was a freak thing. It just happened. I don't know what was going on at the end of that game, but the injuries, I don't think that was intentional. I don't think Dallas did anything dirty there with those plays. You know, people are like, there's helmet to helmet and all. I'm like, I get that, but Daniel Jones at that point is a runner, and he's not on the sideline, and he's, you know, he put his head down. I don't know, man. I don't know the rule. Listen, I'm not going to lie, Robert. The officiating in that game sucked. Devontae Booker had his whole face mask ripped off on his touchdown, and there was no flag. Kadarius Toney was pushed down in the end zone. He slipped. Bullshit. He had help slipping. The guy had his hands all over him. No flag. The officiating was god-awful. I didn't mention the officiating because Dallas just whooped our ass. It has nothing to do with the officiating, but the officiating in the NFL, in Major League Baseball, it's terrible in every sport. The whole reason I didn't mention that with Dallas was kind of want people like, oh, you're blaming the officials for the loss. No, I'm not. Dallas just kicked our ass. But the officiating was terrible in that game. There is no doubt about it. Johnny Letourneau, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Brilly. He says, bad dog, if Dallas doesn't collapse in our division and the other three teams stink right now, we all would get killed if we tanked. So what would be next? Well, I don't think anybody's going to tank. I mean, the season's only a quarter of the way over. And everybody has a game with Dallas. Washington has 2 games with Dallas. The Giants aren't in tank mode. We just stink. We're just not a good team, man. We're not. We're not a good team. They fooled me. I really thought they'd be better this year. I really did. Most years, like last year, I picked them to go 6-10. I didn't pick the Giants to be good last year. I picked them to go 6-10. This year, I picked them to go 9-8, 10-7. They fooled me. They got me good. This year. I thought they'd be better, and they're not. You know? Sucks. Ian, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Brilly. Thank you so much, man. He says, hey, Bad Dog, pathetic game against Dallas. It's infuriating. Arizona rebuilt quicker than us. What do you see with the Giants that gives you hope? I've been watching since 2017. Same problems, different year with these guys. Ian, you're absolutely right. This is why it's so aggravating. It's really been the same problem since 2013. We've had different quarterbacks, different coaches, different coordinators, different GMs. Same results. It is infuriating. What gives me hope? Listen, Daniel Jones gives me hope. He's got to stay healthy. But I think Daniel Jones played really well this year. Andrew Thomas gives me hope. I think he's going to be a really good left tackle. He's got to stay healthy. It sucks that we got to say this. They got to stay healthy, but I think they're good. Kadarius Toney certainly gives me hope. If he can calm down. Red Sox just won. If he can calm down, you know, he's, a little bit of a head case, but you hope he matures. But those guys give me hope. Defensively, man, I don't know where the hope's going to come from. Azeez Ojulari looks pretty good. Buddy, and we might have 6 to 10 really good players, like good players in this team, and I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words. That's the problem. This is why I did the Fire Dave Gettleman video, because I look at this team and I'm like, I don't know how it gets better. There's so many things missing, and every year everything's missing. The only way I say we get better, Ian, is this: we have 2 first-round draft picks. Hopefully, the Bears start playing worse. The Bears are actually way better than I thought they'd be. They're 3-2. We need a draft lineman, offensive and defense. Tyler Lindenbaum's a kid that I want, so I want Tyler Lindenbaum. Somebody said Hurts is really good. Yeah, okay. You keep smoking it. You keep hanging out at 420. It's 420 where you are. Yeah, Hurts is a really good quarterback. Like I said, 30 pass attempts in that game at one point for 93 yards and an interception. Yeah. And he airmailed a wide open wide receiver. Yeah, he's a really good quarterback. Frank, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Really, really. If the season keeps trending the way it is, who would you trade at the deadline if you get decent value back? I would trade anybody on this team outside of Andrew Thomas, Kadarius Toney, Azeez Ojulari, and Daniel Jones. Anybody. Anybody else. Anybody. There's nobody to keep. That's why I know we're in a really bad situation, because I've mentioned this before, Frank. I talked about it again in the Fire Gettleman video. I've said it a number of times. Who do you look at in this team and go, God, he's a Giant for life? Now, Kadarius Toney's come into that, but I did this video a couple weeks ago. So who do you look at and go, wow, what a player? There's very few that I look at and go, God, this guy is going to be great for years to come. Not many. Sucks. Sucks. And yeah, you know why Arizona, whoever said that earlier, you know why Arizona rebuilt faster, Ian? Because their GM had the ball. And I'm not saying that Daniel Jones can't be good, okay? But everybody's like, we should have drafted Justin Herbert. So they had the balls. They traded up. They traded a 3rd and a 7th round pick to move up to get Josh Rosen. He played 1 year. They go, wow, we suck. And they said, to hell with him. We're getting rid of Rosen immediately. We're taking Kyler Murray. The Giants could have done that and said, to hell with Daniel Jones. We're taking Justin Herbert, and maybe we'd be a different team. I don't know. But you got to give Arizona credit for that. And then they went out and they totally fleeced the Texans and got DeAndre Hopkins for nothing. And yeah, they've had good drafts. So that's how they did it. Cleveland did it too. Good drafts help, man. Good drafts. Rolly, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, really, really. So where do we go from here? How would you change this organization? I kind of mentioned it earlier, Rolly. Giant flush. One giant flush. I don't know what else to say, Rolly. I don't even... I would start in the trenches. You have to get some linemen for Daniel Jones. You have to. Saquon Barkley ain't it. I'm not giving that guy a ton of money. I love Barkley. World of talent, can't stay healthy. I can't pay him for that. And then I try to accrue draft picks. I try to find a way to get more draft picks and try to draft better than Gettleman's drafted. You have to have another guy making these draft picks, you know. Yardley, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really, really. Giants officially wasted Barkley's prime. Hashtag go tanking. Again, I don't know if they wasted it. I mean, Barkley's been hurt. I mean, I don't know how the Giants wasted that. Barkley tore his ACL. That wasn't because of the Giants. It wasn't the Giants' fault that Saquon Barkley had a freak injury yesterday and stepped on a defender's foot. I mean, he had one good year here, but, you know, most of his prime, he's been injured. He's missed 17 games the last 2 seasons, and now he's going to miss probably 2 to 4 weeks. It's really not the Giants' fault. And, you know, but yeah, they wasted it. You want to say they wasted Odell Beckham's prime? They did. And if Barkley was healthy, maybe they do waste his prime. And it's hard for me to say because Barkley can't stay in the damn field. Maybe we're a different team if Barkley is 100% healthy. I don't know. Skywalker, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, Billy. Gruden fired. Ha ha ha. Well, he resigned. But he might have been fired, but he resigned. Surrounded by injured Giants. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Really, really nice to see the Colts winning tonight. Worst draft pick for the Eagles is always a plus. One head coach fired. Can't wait to see who's next. Yeah, again, he resigned. He wasn't fired. And that wasn't because of poor performance. That's because of some misogynistic, racist, homophobic, whatever, just a bunch of bad stuff that he talked about. So that was more of a personal thing than a performance thing because the Raiders actually weren't bad. I think part of the reason they lost to the Bears is because they had this whole black cloud hanging over their head with John Gruden. And, when it rains, it pours, But that's a funny name. Tutto, my man. Thank you so much, brother. Grazie, paisana. Grazie, Billy. Giants problem started at the top. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out if you have the most expensive team with the worst records. It's a fact. It's a fact, Tutto. It's a fact, man. That's true. Dan, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, really. Damn, the Red Sox really going to the ALCS. That's why it makes the Yankee loss worse for me, Dan, because I look at Tampa Bay and they played like garbage. We could have beat Tampa Bay. The other thing I'll say, Dan, is this. I have so many people, I don't know what it is about Astro fans. It's not a lot of them, but I definitely have Astro fans on my page that like troll me and stuff. And I don't know why. And they're always like, oh, you hate the Astros. The Astros are the Yankees' daddy. And I don't care about the Astros. I hope the Astros whoop the hell out of the Red Sox. I'll never root for the Red Sox. I don't even dislike the Astros at all. I don't know why they come. Maybe there are Yankee fans that are pissed off. I'm not. So I don't know if they just come to my page because I don't know. But I hope the Astros kick their ass. I will never root for the Red Sox over the Astros. Someone's like, would you root for the Astros and Red Sox? That's not even close. Not even close. Orvin and Jagron, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, really. He says, if Hurts is good, I'm Garrett Cole. I can lie to you. Hurts isn't good. Hurts isn't good. Listen, I was in Philly 500 stream when they were losing. And I didn't say anything. I was just hanging on there. And I'm reading the chat. And everyone, Hurts sucks. Hurts is garbage. Hurts ain't the guy. Hurts is trash. We got to get rid of Hurts. Hurts stinks. Hurts is terrible. This offense sucks. All over the place. And then they come back, oh, Hurts is good. It's bullshit. Bullshit. I saw it. I see it with my own eyes. That's why I go into that, just so I can read these comments and then see how it changes. He's not good. Just stick with your first instinct. Mike Gorga, thank you so much. Appreciate you, really. He says you had to know the Bears would overachieve if there's anything in it for us to get. Facts. Facts, Mike. Facts. Tyler Morlang, thank you so much. Really. Yeah, he resigned. Not fired, but he resigned. But he probably would have got fired if he didn't resign. No, I don't know. Gruden made his money. Gruden will go hide someplace. Stupid stuff. Zuhaib, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, really. I'm starting to get the feeling that we're going to patch things up because John Mara is the way he is. Free agent spending and injuries will be an excuse. Oh, God, I hope not. There should be no excuse. We weren't beating Dallas, injuries or no injuries. So I really hope there's no excuse. You got to know this team ain't been good in 4 years. This team hasn't been over 500 since Gettleman took over. Things have to change. John Mara is full of crap because he says, oh, I'm ticked off. Yeah, we'll see. V-Man, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, really. Hey, Baddog are the Rays' most overrated 1 seed ever. They sucked. By the way, just watched Yankees have a video on the blueprint for a perfect offseason. Only coach I keep in the current staff is Matt Blake. Yeah, the pitching coach did a fantastic job. But yes, Tim's gone. Nevin gone. Boone gone. Cashman gone. Sanchez gone. Glaber gone. All of them got to go. All of them. Get rid of all of them. Gio, I would trade Gio. I'm moving people around, V-Man. This can't happen anymore. Susan Waldman said it best. Susan Waldman did a great job. I agree with everything Susan Waldman said about the Yankees. Allison, my lady, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Really. Projected wide receivers running back for week 6. I don't know. If Saquon Barkley can't go, it's going to be Devontae Booker. I don't see anybody else unless the Giants pick somebody up. But I still think Devontae Booker would start. I think Kadarius Toney's earned a starting spot. I don't care who the hell. I don't care if both Shepard and Slayton are healthy. Kadarius Toney's definitely earned a spot. I think Kenny Golladay is going to be okay. Kenny Golladay sounded like he was going to play. Kadarius Toney had an ankle injury. Kadarius Toney also sounded like he said he was going to play, but Barkley's not going to play. So Devontae Booker, I would imagine, is going to start. I don't know who else they would start in that, but I think Kenny Golladay will play. I think it'll be Golladay, Toney, and CJ Board. I think those are the guys that you'll see out there. What is it about Core whenever he's a because you know what? Because Alex Core is a good baseball manager. That's why. He's a good baseball manager. You watch Red Sox, how many other guys hit 300 or close to 300? How many other guys drive in 100 runs? How much fundamental baseball do the Sox play? I didn't think the Sox would make it this far because their pitching stinks. Their pitching is no good. But they can hit. JD Martinez can hit. Rafael Devers can hit. They hit for a ton of power. They hit for high average. 275, 280, 290. Xander Bogaerts, 20, 25 home run power, 320 hitter. They had a bunch of those guys up and down the damn lineup. And they're a good fielding team. We can't do anything right. New York Giants, thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. Really, really. Hey, Jeffrey Abbey. It's going to be funny when Jones gets his money and wins us a Super Bowl one day. You clearly have never watched football in your life. He don't like Daniel Jones. He don't like Daniel Jones. I don't know if I'll ever like Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones has had a really good season. I was very sad to see him get hurt. I really was. And the only thing I can say is this, man. Daniel Jones, you could tell that he was a little bit worried, concerned about the offensive line. He wasn't playing well in that game. And again, that goes back to the confidence. To me, that proved everything that I needed to know. Everything that I said about Daniel Jones, in my opinion, was correct. That he has the skill set to succeed. He just needs the confidence. In New Orleans, he was protected. He had a good pocket. He was confident in everything that he did. No Andrew Thomas, Matt Parrott right tackle, Nate Solder left tackle. Nate Solder was getting beat early in that game. I know the offensive line didn't allow a sack. That's because Daniel Jones was getting rid of the ball. But there was constant pressure in Daniel Jones's face. Then he started to hurry throws. And that to me spoke everything that I needed to know about Daniel Jones. It's all confidence. Get the kid a line. Get the kid a line. Keep Andrew Thomas. Draft Tyler Linderbaum. Obviously, I don't think we're going to get Neal because we're not going to have two really high picks because the Bears keep winning. But I would get Linderbaum. I would find a way to just get linemen. Often, but if you could sign some linemen, I don't know where you're going to get the money, restructure contracts, get a lineman, draft a lineman, build a line around Daniel Jones, then it'll be really good. He needs an offensive line because if he's confident, he's really good. Orphan and Jagrom, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, really. Elijah Vera Tucker was a top grade lineman this week with a 92.4 grade, 0 pressure, 0 sacks in back-to-back weeks. Vikings don't want to admit they're wrong. I thought the Jets did a good job trading up to get Vera Tucker. I did. You know, my man Kenny Tompkins, what's up, buddy? The 518 in the house. He says Barkley's actually doing anything for us, and his injury would hurt more. But Barkley hasn't done anything. So what are we losing? Fed up? That's all I know. I understand, Ken. We're all pissed off. You're right. Barkley. The only thing I'd say is this, Kenny. Barkley was getting involved in the passing game. And I think that he was starting to kind of find it. He did have 126 yards from scrimmage against New Orleans, including the 52-yard touch or 54-yard touchdown. So the thing is, Barkley being back there makes Daniel Jones better. Even if Barkley's not producing like statistics-wise, he is a threat. The defense does have to honor him as a running back because he can do a lot of different things. He is a guy that can break a long run or can go out and catch a long touchdown pass. We saw it. So if nothing else, even if he's not like getting those stats, those fantasy stats, I do think that he helps Daniel Jones in the offense because defenses have to honor Saquon Barkley where they really don't have to honor Devontae Booker. You know what I mean? So they can play. These teams can play closer, they can play deeper coverage. Like they can play all the zone because they figure they can stop the run with 5-6 guys and not have to bring up an extra guy. That's why Barkley makes a difference. to me anyway, even though he hasn't put up a bunch of stats. He does make a difference, just him being out there, because he's such a threat in the running game and in the passing game. I hope he's okay, but I'm not giving. He can't stay healthy, man. I can't give Barkley big running back money and have the kid on the shelf all the time. I can't do it. Peter, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, really. Odell makes the Browns worse. After he got hurt last year, the Browns played much better. He will forever be remembered as one highlight catch. Oh, I say it all the time. The Giants got the best years out of Beckham. I say it all the time that we won that trade. Doesn't really look like it now because, Dexter Lawrence stinks. Jabril Peppers stinks. Jabril Peppers ain't even going to be here next year. I don't know. But he's not the same player with the Browns. And Baker Mayfield threw for 305 yards, and I don't even know if Beckham had anything. Beckham did nothing yesterday. He scored 42 points. Beckham wasn't even a part of it. So, I don't know. We didn't win that trade. Save tact. What has Beckham done for Cleveland? Tell me what Beckham. Tell me why we didn't win. Tell me why we didn't win. Tell me what we lost. Beckham dealt with many injuries here with the Giants. Started to go downhill. Was never the same after he broke his ankle in 2017. Beckham was never the same guy. Never the same guy after the ankle injury. Never was. And then he's had major injuries with Cleveland. Shoulder surgery, knee surgery. He's 28, almost 29 years old. What has he done? How do we not win? OBJ is a ridiculous talent. Let's take a look at OBJ's stats. He was a ridiculous talent. He was a ridiculous talent. You know what? I also had hair at one time in my life too. It doesn't mean it's there now. It just grows in different places when you get older. People are just they're in love with Odell Beckham, what Odell Beckham used to be. Odell Beckham has 9 catches in 3 games. He has 9 catches and doesn't have a touchdown. He's got 7 touchdowns at Cleveland. 7. Since 2017, Beckham has 16 touchdowns. 16 touchdowns. Where's the ridiculous talent? He used to be a ridiculous talent. He's not anymore. He's not what he was. None of us are. That happens when you get older. And he's dealt with a lot of injuries. Yardley, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Really. If the Giants get the 3rd and the 5th to 7th pick, do we get a quarterback or we're keeping DJ? This quarterback class sucks. I don't want another quarterback. If a quarterback comes into this situation, Yardley, okay, he's got no offensive line outside of Andrew Thomas. What is a quarterback going to bring that from this class that Daniel Jones can't? There is no quarterback in this class. Everybody loves this kid from Liberty. I can't say that I watched Liberty football because I haven't. But there's nobody in this class I think could do better than Daniel Jones. I'm sticking with Daniel Jones for this year. Now, if he stinks next year and when his contract's up, maybe the Giants decide on it. Maybe the Giants can pick up maybe the Giants, maybe they pick up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option and then they draft the guy. I don't know, but I'm not taking a quarterback. I'm keeping Daniel Jones for another year. He's proven enough to me that, and I know this quarterback class is no good. Somebody said Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler needs talent around him. He would not succeed with the Giants. Would not succeed with the Giants. My Philippines explanation, he was when he was with us. That's right. He was a celebrity, but a list status too much for the New York locker room to stay together morally. Who knows? I never know what the hell happened in the locker room. I know that people loved Odell Beckham. His teammates loved Odell Beckham. Loved him. But he's not what he was. He's just not. It's got nothing to. I don't care about his attitude. Whatever. I don't give a damn. The guy could play on Sunday. The guy put cleats on. The guy went in between the hash marks. The guy was amazing. for years until the ankle injury. He was never the same after the ankle injury. That was it for him. He never recovered. Maybe, I don't even know if it was physically. Psychologically, he never recovered. He never recovered after that. He just didn't. He wasn't the same guy. And he's dealt with injury his whole career. He's got 9 catches in 3 games this year. 9. Kadarius Toney had 10 yesterday. Come on, guys. Got to get over Odell Beckham. I loved Odell when he was here. Got an Odell Beckham jersey. Loved him. Who the hell didn't? I mentioned in the video today, when the Giants sucked when he was here. But every week, why do we watch? So we can watch 13 play. I wanted to watch, but just throw the ball to Beckham. Just throw it to Beckham. I just want to watch Beckham. We suck. We're getting blown out. Just throw it to Beckham. Can we watch Beckham? That's what I think of Kadarius Toney. Hey, we suck. Can we just throw it to 89? And what's the 89 make? 19 people miss on the way to a 14. Kadarius Toney could catch a pass for 14 yards and be the most electric 14 yards ever seen. That's why I compared them. Not that they're exactly the same, but that thing that draws you in every Sunday as a Giants fan. We suck, but we need something to watch. That's why I compared them to that. Because when we sucked, and we did, I wanted to watch Odell Beckham play. I want to watch Kadarius Toney. I want to see what Kadarius Toney does next. I always wanted to see what Odell Beckham does next. But Odell Beckham in 2021 is not what Odell Beckham was in 2015. It's just not there anymore. Jared, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really. Baker Mayfield's not good. Keyshawn Johnson broke down the film where he missed OBJ all game. He was wide open, could have had 3 touchdowns. I'm not worried about that. He doesn't have them. Doesn't have them. Baker Mayfield is pretty good. He's not as good as I thought he would be. Quarterbacks miss guys all the time. He's got 9. Has he missed him every game that he's played? Has he missed him for 5 years when he's got 16 touchdowns in 5 years? I don't understand the love affair though. I'll never understand it, man. I'll never get it. I've said it a million times. I don't care. I care about this. Players come and go, man. Players come and go. Players come and go. I'd have lived through Lawrence Taylor retiring, okay? If I have to get over Lawrence Taylor leaving the Giants, I can get over anybody leaving the Giants. I can get over anybody getting traded, get retired, whatever. If I have to live through Lawrence Taylor leaving this organization, and I cried his last game because I knew I was going to miss that guy. And we were getting killed 44-3. That didn't help. And it was Phil Simms the last game too, mind you. So I lost Simms and Taylor the same year. So ever since then, it's like, well, okay, everybody leaves. Rolly, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really. Did we really win the trade? Mike said it best. Fans like to use OBJ trade to try to justify the trade. In my opinion, we did not win the trade either. But how do we lose it? What did we lose? I'm trying to figure out what we lost. I'm not trying to justify anything. Dave Gettleman's done a terrible job. Terrible. But I just don't see where the loss is. I don't know. DJ, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Really. Cleveland is stacked, man. Are you crazy? Baker sucks. They scored 42 points yesterday. Baker Mayfield threw for 305 yards and 2 touchdowns. How's that bad? Baker's not as good as I thought he'd be. I thought Baker would be a lot better. I really did. I thought Baker would be a lot better than this. Baker Mayfield's going to be an average, above average quarterback. That's the ceiling. He's not bad. He's not a bad quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback at all. He wins games. Alex Smith wasn't a bad quarterback. Alex Smith wasn't a great quarterback either, but Alex Smith won games. That's what Baker Mayfield does. Baker Mayfield is supposed to be that guy. I mean, Baker Mayfield threw what? 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions last year. What is wrong with that? I would take Daniel Jones throwing 27 touchdowns and 7 picks all year. But yeah, it helps when you have a good team around you. Of course it does. Of course it does. It's hard to be a great quarterback or a good quarterback when the pocket collapses in your face and you got receivers dropping passes. It's tough. Subo, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Really. Problem with the Giants is that changes need to start with Mara, but there's no evidence that he has a football acumen to make them. Well, that's a fact, man. Of course, it starts with the owner because, like I said, Subo, it's been different coaches, different GMs, different coordinators, different quarterbacks, different running backs, different receivers. It has been different pieces on a consistent basis, and the results are exactly the same. And what is the one constant? The owner. When your franchise, no matter who it is bad for an extended period of time, it starts with your owner. Washington has been terrible for years because Daniel Snyder's a terrible owner. Dallas, they've had ups and downs. They've been mediocre. They're good now, but have they won anything in 26 years? No. Why? Jerry Jones ain't a great owner. When Jerry Jones relinquished control of drafting, they got better. They got better when he relinquished it. The Raiders were bad for years because Al Davis passed them by. Al Davis was a genius at the beginning of his career. That's why the Raiders were the Raiders. But when he got older and the game passed him by, he wasn't any good anymore. That happens. James Dolan, Knicks fans, you know it all too well, right? How bad have the Knicks been for 20 years until last year? It's a pleasant surprise. Nobody picked the Knicks to do anything. Thibodeau had a lot to do with that, but James Dolan's terrible. Bad ownership because they make bad decisions. Yankee fans, Hal Steinbrenner's a terrible owner. Do you think if George Steinbrenner still alive that we don't make a World Series since 2009? Do you really think that happens? Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Hal Steinbrenner's a shitty owner. That's why the Yankees, and the only reason the Yankees win the games they do is because they can spend more money than God. That's why. But bad owners, man. That's why teams fail for an extended period. You're going to go through your ups and downs. Look at the Patriots right now. The Patriots never thought I'd see the day. What was the play that they made? And I forgot what happened yesterday. There was something. And I just remember thinking to myself, God, I never thought I'd see a Belichick team do that. And I can't remember what the hell it was. And I'm just like, man, this is just weird. Like seeing the Patriots struggle, I'm not used to it. But that's not, they've struggled because they lost Tom Brady. And sometimes you're going to have your ups, and they were up for 20 years, but inevitably you're going to come back down. But that happens. But when you're down for 20 years or 10 years, it's because you got bad ownership. Orvin and Jagrom, thank you, buddy. Brilly, Giants on the trade. Y'all just sad you're 1-4 right now. I'm not even going to say that we won this trade anymore because, like I said, Dexter Lawrence is crap. Jabril Peppers is crap. O'Shane Ximines is crap. Let me put it a different way. I feel like we won the trade. We took the wrong people. I feel like first, third, and Jabril Peppers was pretty good for that. And then he screwed it all up by going out and paying Golden Tate $41 million, which made no freaking sense to me whatsoever. But at the end of the day, people will always love Odell. They will love him forever. I guess. I don't know. I moved on. I appreciate what he did here, but he's not the same player. He's just not. He's just not what he was. DJ, thank you, brother. Brilly. Dave Gettleman's a sorry GM. Stop defending him. Pretty sure I made a video that said fire Dave Gettleman, so how am I defending him? Have I defended Dave Gettleman at all in this stream? Somebody tell me. And please timestamp it or let me know where I defended Dave Gettleman at any point. Because like I said, when they lost to the Falcons, there's a video right on my page. It's titled Fire Dave Gettleman. Unless I'm speaking a different language that I don't know, pretty sure when you're talking about firing somebody, you're not defending them. I defended him for a couple years because I said the guy took over a terrible. Watch the video. You didn't watch the video. Go watch the video. Do it now. Go watch the Dave Gettleman video. And you'll hear me say right in the video, we are probably in a worse spot now than when he took over. I don't know. I'm certainly not defending Dave Gettleman. I did because I thought he took over a bad spot. But he did a terrible job here. Terrible. There's no defending him. We haven't been over 500 since he took over. We're in a worse cap space. We're in a worse cap situation now than we were when he took over. And we got nothing to show for it. Bad. And his coaching, not good. He's done a bad job. I want him out of here. I want him gone. One giant flush. He's the biggest turd of the whole bunch. Flush him down the damn toilet, man. You got to start over. Sucks. Never even finished the rebuild. Got to start another one. Screwed up the house. We screwed the house and we built it wrong from the beginning. We didn't even finish it. Now we got to start it over again. Get him out. Blue 99, thank you, brother. Really appreciate. Says, I like Gettleman. I think he developed the best offense in Giants history. With his core, we should be contenders. Sorry ass coaching. That's one man's perspective. I don't think he did a terrible job. I think he's hit some draft picks, but he's missed a ton. Every free agent signing the guy's made has been bad. His trades have been bad. Listen, why are we giving Logan Ryan $30 million? Would you have Xavier McKinney ain't been good, but why do Xavier McKinney was supposed to take over for Logan Ryan? Why the hell did we give Logan Ryan $30 million? Makes no sense. That was dumb. Leonard Williams, I was an advocate that Leonard Williams should get paid. And that's because I didn't realize how big the loss of Dalvin Tomlinson would be. So that's me. But I think if you gave Dalvin Tomlinson the money, Dalvin Tomlinson would not be as good without Leonard Williams. They helped one another out. But Dave Gettleman made that trade. Dave Gettleman was not going to let Leonard Williams walk. So that was bad. I think that he did the best he could, getting the best left tackle available. Nate Solder, it failed. Golden Tate was stupid. I don't know why he did that. We traded for DeAndre Baker. What a dumb move that is. DeAndre Baker don't even play here. He's falling asleep with me. He's terrible. And then he has this whole ordeal, and then he's not even here anymore. So many guys, O'Shane Zemanis, Dexter Lawrence, Lorenzo Carter, any of these guys making an impact. Darnay Holmes, where is he at? Julian Love, where is he at? Julian Love still chasing CD Lamb on that go route down the sideline. Daniel Jones? It's still a reach at 6. Still a reach at 6. Andrew Thomas, that looks like it could be good. Saquon Barkley missed. I was wrong. I wanted Saquon. I definitely wanted Saquon. Wrong about that. But God Almighty, he misses a lot more than he hits. And again, the Giants have a problem with they overvalue their prospects, and it's just a fact. They just are. He made a mess of things. He made a mess. He tried. He addressed some needs, but he just addressed them with the wrong people. And I don't understand how we go this entire draft, this past draft, without drafting a lineman. I understand we're going to give Lemieux and Parrott and Thomas the kids. We have faith in them. Listen, you never can have too many offensive linemen. Look at how it's falling apart because of all the injuries this year. The Giants just went up 1-0. But look at how it's falling apart because of injuries. You can never have enough. Kadarius Toney looks unbelievable, but at some point in that draft, you have to go offensive line. He said he'd fix the offensive line. It's not fixed. It's not fixed. Just sucks. The whole thing sucks. Stop being a Giants fan right now. No, it is. And the funny thing is, because they're bad, we all have different ideas of what the problem is, where it lies, who the play, which players are the problem. Is it the coaches? Is it the GM? We all have different ideas, but one thing we all agree on is we're pissed off at this. We are aggravated. We're frustrated. We're mad. We're sad. We can't ever be happy. How ridiculous is it, Giants fans? And think about this. Last year, we're 6-10. 6-10. And it's the best season we've had since 2016. And we were excited at 6-10 because we beat the Eagles, because we beat the Cowboys, and because it's 6-10 on the last day of the season, we were in a contention for the division title. This is the only thing we have had to be excited about in 5 years is a 6-10 New York Giants team that gave us hope because they were 5-3 in the last 8 games of last season. That's how bad it is here right now. And it sucks. And this is why we're so damn frustrated. Some people think it's Daniel Jones. Some people think it's the offensive line. Some people think it was because of Saquon Barkley. Some people think it's Judge. A lot of people think it's Garrett. A lot of people think it's Gettleman. At the end of the day, it's all of them. One giant flush. One giant flush right into the Hudson River. Start it over again, man. We ain't beating the Rams unless there's a miracle. 1-5. DJ, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Really, Justin Herbert should be the quarterback for us like DJ. But if he waits a year, he gets a franchise quarterback. DJ, I love Justin Herbert. I say it all the time. The first ever show that Chris and I did, the first ever Talking Giants show, I say the Giants need to get a stopgap quarterback like Teddy Bridgewater. This is just me trouble at the time. Like I said, first ever show. I want a guy, not particularly Teddy Bridgewater, but a stopgap like Bridgewater, draft Justin Herbert. That was my plan. I thought Herbert was coming out in the 2019 draft. It ended up being that he stayed a year at Oregon to play with his brother. Sucks. This is the thing. We don't know where we pick if we don't take Daniel Jones 6th overall in 2019. Maybe we pick later in the draft. Maybe we don't get a chance at Justin Herbert. I mean, you really don't know. The other thing is this. Daniel Jones threw 24 touchdowns in 12 games. And if he would have played the whole season, he probably breaks the rookie passing touchdown record. So it was hard to say, well, he can't play, so we have to take Justin Herbert. Like Josh Rosen was god-awful. I think Josh Rosen threw 12 touchdowns and 19 interceptions in Arizona. He was just really bad, and he hasn't got a starting job. He hasn't had a chance since. So obviously there's something wrong there. So it's tough to go back and go. Obviously, hindsight, you could say, yeah, Justin Herbert's a baller. Justin Herbert's better than Daniel Jones. I love Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has one of the top 5 skill sets in the NFL, or he's right there. He's amazing. And Trevor Lawrence has that skill set too, man. People do not sleep on Trevor Lawrence because he's on a terrible Jaguars team with a terrible head coach. The best thing that can happen to Trevor Lawrence is that Urban Meyer walks the hell away and does go to USC, because USC is about as far away from Jacksonville as you can get. Urban Meyer will kill Trevor Lawrence. But if he gets the hell out of there, Trevor Lawrence, there's no way you go watch Trevor Lawrence playing and go, this kid can't play. If you're looking at that, I don't know what the hell you're looking at. The kid can play. So it's tough, DJ. It's a tough thing to do. If Daniel Jones would have had 12 touchdowns and 24 interceptions, I know he turned the ball over a lot, but if he would have had, if he would have had that type of year, maybe the Giants do it. But I think that they said, hey, look at it, look at the numbers. He can play. My biggest contention with the whole thing, DJ, is this, right? If you, and we've talked about this before, Chris mentioned it too. If you draft Daniel Jones because Pat Shurmur likes Daniel Jones and he fits Pat Shurmur's system, but you knew going into the year, if the Giants had a bad year, you're firing Pat Shurmur. Why do you draft Daniel Jones knowing you were going to bring in another coach? Especially with Eli Manning still there. Did you really expect Daniel Jones to play as early as he did? Were you expecting the Giants to get off to a bad start and that Eli was going to be replaced? Probably not. So why the hell did you draft Daniel Jones if you were going to move away from Shurmur and then give Daniel Jones to another head coach? That's what always confused me. If you drafted Daniel Jones just for Pat Shurmur, but you knew you were going to get rid of Pat Shurmur if you were bad, why would you take the chance? Why wouldn't you wait for the next season to take the quarterback? In which case, they might have had Justin Herbert. Again, this is ownership screwing shit up. Makes no sense. DJ, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, there you go. Eli wasn't winning more than 4 games. Exactly. That was my point. Yeah, exactly. So why did we do that? I agree. I don't understand the philosophy behind drafting Daniel Jones if you were going to let Pat Shurmur walk in a bad year. I agree with you. That's what I don't get. I'll never understand that. But again, that's bad philosophy. That's why we suck. That's why we have sucked, because This is the type of thing that ownership has done for years. For years. 2015, it all should have started there. You get rid of Reese. If you're going to fire Coughlin, you get rid of Reese. You do not keep Reese, fire Coughlin, and hire McAdoo. Made no sense at all. You have to, if you're keeping Reese, you keep Coughlin. You go out and spend $200 million on defense because defense was the problem in 2015. The Giants' offense was blowing it up, but they were losing games. They lost 52-49 to the Saints, where Eli threw 6 touchdowns. They lost 34-31 against the Patriots, where Landon Collins dropped the game-ending interception. Then Gostkowski hit a 54-yard field goal. You are losing games like that. Then they said, "Oh, we got to fix the defense," and they went out and they bought Janoris Jenkins and they bought Snacks Harrison and they got I can never think of the other guy that they got, but they spent a lot of money on defense. And the defense was really good in 2016. The offense was not, because Eli was never the same after Coughlin left. He just wasn't. Because I think that took part of his heart away. Eli was always tough. Eli was always gritty. Eli was a gamer. Eli's a legend. But he lost something when he lost Tom Coughlin. If you were going to spend all that damn money in 2016 on defense, you let Coughlin coach that team. You don't get rid of Coughlin at that point. Just again, Olivier Vernon. Thank you. I always forget Olivier Vernon. $85 million for Olivier Vernon. Yes, thank you guys. I never remember. I never remember Olivier Vernon, and I should, because the day the Giants traded Olivier Vernon in my video, I said, don't be surprised if Odell Beckham's next. 2 days later, Odell Beckham was in Cleveland. But yeah, I'll never understand that. Again, that's ownership. Our ownership don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, Michael says the last 3 to 4 years of picks by Reese were, Michael, they were terrible. They were terrible. I'm not denying that. Reese was awful. They held on to Reese too long. Too long. There's no doubt about that. He should have been gone in 2015, Michael. After he drafted Eric Flowers, Odell Beckham saved Reese's job. If Odell Beckham was an average receiver, he would have never lasted as long as he did. Odell Beckham kept him here for an extra couple of years. Because look at after Odell Beckham. Eric Flowers, Eli Apple, Evan Ingram. Do you get worse than those three for your first round picks? And McAdoo said, I want to trade up and get Deshaun Watson or Pat Mahomes. And ownership, GM told him, no, you're sticking with Eli. Eli's your quarterback. We are not trading up for those quarterbacks. And McAdoo's big FU to the front office and the New York Giants organization was, I am going to bench Eli Manning in favor of Geno Smith. He knew he was fired. They were 2-11 or 2-10 when that happened. He knew he was gone. He said, you know what? This is my big FU to you. That's what he did. He was gone anyway. That just got him out of there earlier. That got him out before the season ended. But that was what McAdoo did. McAdoo said, you don't want to give me what I want? This is what I'm doing to you. This is my parting gift. Goodbye, Eli Manning streak. Well, that's what he did. McAdoo, to me, smart football guy, very good with quarterbacks, great offensive coordinator. Ben McAdoo's problem was bad leader of men. Bad leader. Locker room didn't respect him. He lost the locker room. Bad leader of men. Some guys are not meant to be head coaches. It's not because McAdoo was not a smart football guy. I think he was. Eli Manning had two of the best statistical seasons in his career with McAdoo as his offensive coordinator. Just was a poor leader of men. Could not be a head coach. But everything he said when he left, everything that he talked about with the New York Giants when he left was 100% fact. Fact. Everything he said was right about what happened, what was wrong with the Giants organization. It's fact. It's too bad that he had to use Eli Manning to get back at the organization. But if you're going to get back at the organization, that was the way to do. You rip the heart out of the organization, which is exactly what he did. And that's all because ownership didn't give him his way. Is that petty? Yes. But if ownership would have listened to the guy, can you imagine if Deshaun Watson's got all these problems, but think about how good Deshaun Watson was or how good Pat Mahomes is. Would they have been as good on the Giants as they are? Deshaun Watson would have been. There's not a lot of talent in Houston. Pat Mahomes probably wouldn't be as good as he is in Kansas City, but it's not here nor there. That's what he did. DJ, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Really, really move on from Eli and 18. Take Josh Allen in the draft, and we look good. Or Lamar, not Saquon. Yeah. They weren't going to take Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. That I know. I can tell you this. I did not want Sam Darnold at all. I wanted Baker Mayfield. Obviously, that would have been wrong too because Baker's not as good as I thought he would be. But I also talked about Quentin Nelson. I liked Sony Michel coming out of the draft as well. I felt like Sony Michel in the second round would have been a good pick for the Giants, but I talked about that too. I did want Saquon. I'm not going to sit here and go, I said that was a shitty pick because I didn't. I celebrated when they got Saquon. I think it was more because I didn't want Sam Darnold. But yeah, I mean, obviously, things being 2020, or hindsight being 2020, Saquon was the wrong pick. There's no question. And Josh Allen, Josh Allen's really good. It took him a few years because he was really bad. He was very inaccurate. He had a lot of turnovers. But yeah, his skill set's amazing. But again, this is why we're bad, DJ, because we make the wrong choices. We made the wrong choices for years. Giants champions, thank you, brother. Really, really, how long do the Giants are good, do you think? God, I wish I could tell you, buddy. Wish I could tell you. That's what's so frustrating. That's what's so frustrating. Right? Because most organizations, you see them turn a corner. Every time we think the Giants turn the corner, they fall backwards. Right? The Giants can't turn a corner when you're going in circles. That's really what they are. The Giants you can't turn a corner when you're going in circles. And that's the Giants. Zuhaib, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Really, really, guys. I love ocean and oceanic life. For ocean is a great cause for climate control and saving lives. Paul Walker wasn't just an actor. He was a real-life race guy, a driver, and a marine biologist who donated. Thank you. You know what I think of when I think of marine? I always think of George Costanza. You know what's funny? I was never a Fast and Furious guy. Like, I know a lot of people love those movies. But I've never been into that. I was never into those things. Paul Walker, you know a movie I like Paul Walker in? Joyride. That was pretty good. I hope Jones is okay. We don't know about Jones. So the Jones thing, like I see these, I didn't watch these videos, but I always see people like injury update. There's no injury update on Daniel Jones. You know what the injury update on Daniel Jones is they have to wait till the end of the week. He's in concussion protocol. I don't think you need an update on that. Daniel Jones is in concussion protocol and they won't know anything till the end of the week. Hope he's there. No. There's my man Jeffrey there. Franchise quarterbacks are on their way to Canton. Better get one, Giants. Well, I mean, we had a franchise quarterback in Phil Simms. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Should be. But he's not. But he was a franchise quarterback. I don't know, Jeffrey. Maybe one day. Daniel Jones will be good enough that you call him by his name. We're still hopeful that that's going to happen. Ruben Sanabria says a Giants owner is stuck. Yep, you're exactly right. That's exactly it, Ruben. That's why we don't progress. Because we live in the dark ages. It's a fact. It's an absolute fact. Mike, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, brother. Really, really. How do situations like this affect your personal life? I dragged all day after Penn State, Eagles, Red Sox, and the Giants injuries destroying us. I don't know. Were you in the stream yesterday? Were you in the stream, Mike? I don't know if you were in there. So this is after all the injuries. The Giants are getting killed. There's a part in that stream that my son comes down here and gives me a hug. It doesn't affect my personal life. That when he came down here and gave me a hug, I move on. Listen, I love the Giants with every fiber of my being. I love them. You can tell how passionate I am. You can tell it in my rants. You can tell it how much, how much conviction I speak my opinion with. I love the Giants, how frustrated I get, how happy I am when they win. You can tell. But you know what, man, as tough as it is, I think part of it, Mike, is this. I'm used to him being really bad. And it's become par for the course now. Like, it's like, it bothers me for the 3 hours or the 4 hours. The Washington game bothered me. That one bothered me for more than a day. That one stuck with me for a couple of days. That Washington one was tough. I didn't sleep that night. That one hurt. The Washington game hurt because we won that game. And then we gave it back. That one hurt. Playoff games, Mike, if we lose playoff games, that also will bother me for longer. But like I said, man, when my son came down here, man, everything else is just kind of whatever, So, and again, I listen, that's a rough week. Obviously, the Red Sox winning tonight, that sucks. Oklahoma came back and beat Texas. That kind of helped my weekend because I thought Oklahoma was losing. They were down 28-7, and I'm like, oh, gee, here we go. Oklahoma's going to lose the game. Everybody was right, and I was wrong. But I don't know. I guess it's, the gym, my family. I try not to let it affect my personal life. Same thing, the Yankees losing to the Red Sox. You want to talk about something that really pissed me off, it's that. I hate losing to Boston. I kind of eased my pain by saying we would have never beat Tampa Bay, and neither will Boston. And then Boston beats them 3-1, and now I'm like, well, Jesus, we could have beat Tampa Bay. But, so just part of it. Hug fixes it. That's right, Mike. It did. That when he came down here, I'm like, this is what life's all about. This is what life's all about. But I love my Giants. Love my Yankees. Rabid fan. Love my Knicks. Rabid fan. Listen, I have a Knicks starter jacket from 1994. I still have the damn thing. I still have it. DJ, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Really, really. Dave never gave us a good offensive line and good coaches, and he gave us a top 10 quarterback when he could have had a top 5 quarterback. A bad D-line owner is bad too. No, listen, DJ. I agree. He's done a bad job. Like I said, if you didn't watch my Fire Dave Gettleman video, watch it. Watch it. Everything you're saying, I say. I tear him up in that video. It was a long time coming. For years, I did defend him. I did. Last year, I said, you know what? Last year, I was saying, I'm not going to sit here and say to fire Dave Gettleman, but I will not defend him anymore. Now I'm saying it's time to fire him. I wanted to give him a chance. I felt like he took over a really crappy situation. I wanted to give him a few years. Well, he's had 4 years. We're no better than we were, and the cap situation's probably worse. So in my opinion, when I look at everything that's happened, DJ, we are worse now than when he took over. He needs to be fired. Terrible. Jared, what's going on, my man? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining the stream. Sabrina, thank you for dropping the link to the Dave Gettleman video. I know you can't click on it here, but yeah, if you haven't watched that, that'll tell you my thoughts on Dave Gettleman. I'm done. I'm done with Dave Gettleman. I'm done. Done with him. We suck. Every year. 1-6, 1-7, 2-7, 2-6. Every year. 0-5. Every year. 0-2 the last 5 years. Every year. Sick and tired of it. Kettle Marte, Jose, Dan, just anything, man. I would love Kettle Marte. I want a Kettle Marte. That was a guy from Arizona. I want a Kettle Marte. I would love Kettle Marte here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Dan. Next year, I've already said I'm doing more Yankee stuff, and I'm not going to do a video every day. Milfman, how can I be the man when you're the man? I'm not going to do a video every day for the Yankees, but I'm going to do a lot of Yankee content. I want to work with Pete Simonetti, again, from NYY News. I want to work with Derek from NYY Recaps. I was supposed to work with him one night, and I just totally spaced. Feel so bad. I still feel bad about that I just totally forgot. And other Yankee content creators. I want to work with Josie McFly again. Like I didn't get to work with Josie McFly at all this year. But what I am going to do, Dan, and any Yankee fans in here, I had that podcast that I was going to do at like 10 in the morning on Saturday. That's a bad time. Listen, I want to sleep in on Saturday. Most of the time, I'm getting up at 9:30, and I'm not even awake. if I come down here and do this. I want to eat breakfast. I want to hang out with my kid. Saturday morning's bad. But I'll tell you this, Dan, during the year, when the Yankees start, I will do a Yankee podcast at some point during the night, during the week, every night. I don't know if it'll be a Thursday or a Friday, but when the football season's done, Chris and I do not do Talking Giants for pretty much after the draft. We'll do maybe a couple of shows, but then we don't do it again until like the end of July. So that's 3 months, but I'm going to do a Yankee show, whether it's a Monday night or a Tuesday. Now the Lakers are going to play a part in that at some point if they go deep into the playoffs, but I am going to do a Yankee show at night. That way I can talk about the damn Yankees. So I am going to do that next year. We're going to do a lot more Yankee stuff on this channel. A lot more. I didn't realize the Yankee videos would be as popular as they were on this channel, so I'm definitely going to do more for sure. Dim Dim says bright spots. Andrew Thomas this year so far. Andrew Thomas, Daniel Jones, Kadarius Toney. That might be it. Graham Gano. I know Graham Gano's missed 2 field goals, but Graham Gano. Riley Dixon's been freaking terrible too. When you talk about how bad our punter is, our punter sucks. Our punter sucks. We still going to the Eagle game? Absolutely, Zuhaib. We went to the damn Giants-Jets game a couple of years ago. How bad were those 2 teams? We're definitely going to go to the Giants-Eagles game. At least that's the plan. Yeah, Dan, I'm busy, but during the baseball season, there's no football. So I don't have to worry about it. And like I said, depending on how far the Lakers go, the Lakers could be done in early May. And it'll be all baseball. I don't do hockey. So I'm going to do that. That's my plan, Dan. There will be Yankee videos, maybe one or two a week. Like I said, I will not do a recap over every game, but I'll probably do a video, like I said, maybe every 3 or 4 days and talk about what the hell is going on. Maybe like after every series or something, I would do a video, but I'm going to do more Yankee videos. And I am definitely going to do a Yankee show like this during the season. Orvin Ground, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Really, really. Ravens come back from 25-9 to beat Indiana in overtime, 31-25. That's the second time that they did that this year because they came way back from beat Kansas City. Same thing. Dotson Galladay not going up for the ball. I don't know which play you're talking about. I don't know what play you're talking about, Charles. I don't remember that. Do you think Marigave's get him on a pass due to injury? I hope not, Christopher. I hope not. His team was no good before the injuries happened. So I hope not. So Yvonne says we need a new friend. Yeah, I wish it was that easy. I think every Giants fan wishes it was that easy, Yvonne. It's not, fortunately. I got to go to work tomorrow, man. It really sucks. Yeah, you get a day off. I have a Columbus Day off or whatever the hell they're calling it these days. I don't even know what the hell the name of it. Indigenous Day, whatever the hell it's called. I get it off because I work for the state of New York, and it's nice to have a Monday off. But then you have a 3-day weekend. It makes it harder to go back to work. And I swear to God, I don't know if anybody else has these holidays off, like on a Monday, if you get MLK Day or you get Veterans Day doesn't fall on a Monday. It's always the 11th of November, whatever, 4th of July, Memorial Day, whatever it is. Anybody get these days off and the 4-day work week seems longer than the 5-day work week. How is that possible? How is that possible? But it is. It is. Giants Girl in Florida says Jackson has really improved his passing abilities. He's better than he was. I didn't really think he had anywhere to go but up, but he's definitely gotten better as a passer. He struggled last year a lot. He's just inconsistent. I mean, sometimes he's really good, sometimes he's really bad. But if I'm facing Lamar Jackson and he beats me throwing, I live with it. I'm not going to let him beat me running. It's the same thing with Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts beats you, I can live with it if he beats you throwing it. I don't want him beating me running. You take Reese back? I wouldn't. I don't want Reese. My Philippines expert. I don't want Reese. I don't want Gettleman. I want a young, smart GM. That's what I want. Fabian, it's longer, right? It's longer. One giant flush. That's right. Raekwon says, I got a question. How DJ gets critique on his play and Lamar only throws digs and drags and he's supposedly great. You know why, Raekwon? Because Baltimore wins, the Giants don't. There's your answer. If the Giants are 4-1 right now, Daniel Jones, we talked about how great he is. If Daniel Jones had the same, say he played the whole game against Dallas and it had an average game. Say Daniel Jones, say the Giants win that game 34-31, and Daniel Jones throws for 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, and runs for 1. And he had the game against New Orleans, and he has the game against Washington. In Atlanta, we beat Atlanta. Say we're 4-1. Everybody's talking about how great Daniel Jones is. But the fact that they're 1-4, nobody gives him credit. It has to do with winning. It really does. Really does. Has to do with winning. That's part of it. It has to do with winning. The Colts choke. I don't know. It says, I'm only 16. I never saw LT play, but he's really that. Yes. He was really that good. The guy changed the way offenses had to block. They had to change. Lawrence Taylor changed the entire game. The strip sack fumble, LT invented that. Nobody did that before Lawrence Taylor. Now everybody does it. That was an LT thing. Lawrence Taylor, you'll never see a defensive player dominate like that again. He was ridiculous. You had to know where that guy was at all times. You game planned around a defensive player. Who the hell ever does that? So you had to do with LT. You'll never see another one. You had to have experienced it. To just anybody my age, older, maybe a little younger, that saw Lawrence Taylor in his prime. Dude is just incredible. Incredible. Was I alive for LT, EJ? Oh, Jesus, hell yes. I was alive in LT's entire career, man. I'm old. I've been following the Giants since 1984, but I was, 5 in 1981 when he was a rookie. So I wasn't watching football that time, but yeah, I was alive when Lawrence Taylor was in college. Oh, yeah, Man Cave TV. Ron Jaworski said he used to have nightmares about going into the tunnel at the old MetLife Stadium, seeing all those 56 jerseys. And I said he had nightmares about Lawrence Taylor. Because the 2 quarterbacks Lawrence Taylor sacked the most of his career were Randall Cunningham and Ron Jaworski. He destroyed Ron Jaworski. Yes, he is the greatest defensive player to ever play a game. I don't think there's a question. Timothy says, I remember LT watching most of his career change the game. He absolutely did. He was unbelievable. I'm lucky I grew up at that time. I'm lucky I got to see that. That's the one thing I can say is I'm older, so I saw Giants fame. I feel bad for the kids that are, 15 years old, 16 years old that really probably don't even remember when the Giants were good because it was so long ago. It was 10 years. I mean, when you're 5 or 6, you don't remember the Super Bowl. You don't know anything about football when you're 6 years old. You really have to be about 9 or 10 to really understand what the hell is going on. So, I mean, in order to be that age, you'd have to be 19, 18, 19 years old to really appreciate the last time they won a Super Bowl. A lot of young kids never saw it. Same thing with the Yankees winning a championship. I'm old enough to remember that. Like I said, when I started watching sports in 1984, I saw a lot of good teams in New York, man. I saw 10 championships between the Giants, the Yankees, and the Rangers. Winning the Stanley Cup in 94. The Knicks played in 2 NBA finals, and they were always a contender in the 90s. The Giants played in 5 Super Bowls. The Yankees played in 7 World Series. I saw really, really, really good teams for 27, 28 years. And the last 10 years as a New York fan have sucked. It could be worse. I could have been a Mets and a Jets fan. My dad and grandfather were Yankees and Giants fans. I lucked out. The Mets and Jets fans have it way tougher than a Yankee Giants fan does. Giants Girl in Florida says, I was 18 when 02. Well, there you go. So you remember 2007. Obviously, you were too young to remember 1990. But I wasn't. I was a freshman in high school. They been around a long time. Anthony says, I think Carl Banks would be a good defense. He might be. Carl Banks ain't afraid to call it how it is. I love this one. Fields is better than Jones. Okay, but I will say this. Fields did have that really good game where he went 6 for 20 for 68 yards. That was impressive. And then in the next game, he threw no touchdowns and interception. Yeah, he's better than Jones. Good call. Guys played 3 games. Guys played 3 games in the NFL. He's better than Daniel Jones. Okay, buddy. He hasn't even played well. He hasn't even played well at all. Do I think LT should be? No, Lawrence Taylor's not going to be a defensive coach. No. Yeah. Okay. Reggie White changing it. Okay, whatever. Eagle troll, whatever. Such an ignorant statement. Not even close. Reggie White, the greatest defensive end of all time, still didn't change the game more than LT did. He's just being foolish. You're smarter than that, buddy. Be smarter than that. I'm not in the TTC anymore. I'm not here to talk trash anymore. It's not what I do. So don't come in here just saying stupid things to say them. Okay? That's just dumb. And you know better than that. You know better than that. Well, Reggie White changed. Come on. Bruce Smith, I guess Bruce Smith changed everything too then, because they were pretty much equal there for a little bit. You have Ronnie Lott at number 2. I don't know about that. I would put Reggie White at number 2. I wouldn't say Reggie White changed the game more than LT did, though. Do I think LT played coked up? Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of them did in the 80s. A lot of them did in the 80s. Like I said, that's just an Eagles guy just being an Eagles guy. And he wasn't even alive. That's the funny thing. You weren't even alive to see them play. How can you even say that? You weren't even alive. You don't even know what the hell happened. You weren't alive in 1986. How can you even say that, Eagle Speed? How the hell can you even say it? You weren't even alive when Lawrence Taylor played. You weren't alive for most of Reggie White's career either. How the hell can you even say it? You didn't watch them play. I did. I think I would know. Reggie White was great. I love Reggie White. Reggie White's one of my all-time favorite players. He's the greatest defensive end ever. But he could not cover wide receivers. He could not chase running backs down from across the field. Defenses did not sit there and go, God, where the hell's Reggie White? I'm sure they wanted to block. They tried to block him. They double teamed him. I get that. But they didn't go into a game going, my God, where the hell is Reggie White? When you lined up against Lawrence Taylor, where the hell's 56? Where the hell's 56? Where's Lawrence Taylor? Nobody put out a bounty on Reggie White, but Buddy Ryan put out a bounty on Lawrence Taylor. Why? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Reggie was one-dimensional. The greatest pass rusher ever. That was Reggie White. And I'll say that to the day I die. I haven't seen people be like J.J. Watt. No. J.J. Watt didn't last. Reggie White did. J.J. Watt was great for 6-7 years. Got paid, fell right off a cliff. Reggie White not only played for the Eagles and was the best defensive end of the league, then he went to Green Bay and he was the best defensive end in the league there near the end of his career. You watch a Super Bowl, he freaking dominated in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Dominated. He had 3 sacks. But he wasn't Lawrence Taylor. Wasn't Lawrence Taylor. Matt says, Joe Judge is a fraud. I can't believe I liked him anymore. Yeah, well, we all liked him, Matt. We all believed Joe Judge. By the way, if you haven't done so, guys, smack the like, hit the subscribe button. It always helps out the stream. If you hit that like button, that'd be great. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's go. Yeah, LT 2 sacks in one arm. That was against New Orleans. Listen, man, I'm just, like I said, I watched a man play. I watched them both play. And I respect the hell out of Reggie White, and I love Reggie White. Loved him. Loved Reggie. So happy that he won a Super Bowl. He wasn't Lawrence Taylor. So he just wasn't. Lawrence Taylor was a different breed. He just was. Arian, I wouldn't say Deion Sanders was an overrated defense, but probably the greatest cover corner ever. He didn't tackle, though. Couldn't tackle. But God almighty, the guy was, you didn't throw to his side of the field. Deacon Jones is the best defensive end. Well, I'm not old enough to remember Deacon Jones. What I do know is they outlawed the head slap because of Deacon Jones. So, if Reggie White could have slapped people in the head, how great could have Reggie White been? See, Deacon Jones played at a time where the defenders could do whatever the hell they wanted. If Deacon Jones played in 1992, would he have been the same defensive end with the rules that Reggie White had to play with? I don't think he would have. So I can't speak from experience of seeing Deacon play because Deacon played in the 60s. So I can't speak to that. I know he was extremely feared and I know he was a great pass rusher, but I also know that you could do things back then that you can't do now. That everything is protected offensively. So it's different. But yeah, back then he was the best defensive end that played. And by far, Dick Butkus was the best linebacker that played back then. What's going on, Lucas? Which players do I see being part of our long-term future? Daniel Jones, I think he's done enough to do that. I think Daniel Jones. I think Andrew Thomas. Yep. I think Andrew Thomas. Aziz. I mean, Aziz and KT are rookies, so I'd imagine. But Andrew Thomas, Daniel Jones, I mean, Leonard Williams, like it or not. Kenny Golladay, like it or not. I guess that's it. I really don't know, Lucas. That's a problem. That's why we suck. That's why we suck, because you can't really name play. And I like I said, I might have mentioned it in the Dave Gettleman video. I don't know. But I mentioned it a number of times. Who do you look at in this team and go, God, this guy's got to be a New York Giant. This guy's fantastic. This guy's next level. We may be thinking about that from Kadarius Toney from one game, which is how far we have to reach as Giants fans. One game for Kadarius Toney, and we're like, he's a keeper. Xavier McKinney. I loved McKinney coming out of Alabama. McKinney has done absolutely zero for the Giants. I loved him. I was so excited to get Xavier McKinney. I was so excited to watch him play. When did we ever see number 29? Never. Yes, Gruden is done. My favorite trolls. Look at Bobby. Look at my man Bobby. Yeah, I love Bobby. My favorite Eagles troll of all time. There he is. Giants are trash. Bobby, if I were you, I would definitely, if I were you, Bobby, I would definitely look for a career in on ESPN or NFL Network, because that is crack analysis saying the Giants are trash when they're 1-4. That's really good. I have no idea how you figured that one out, Bobby, but kudos to you for figuring out that the Giants are trash. That takes some skill to figure that one. Nobody saw that coming. We suck, Bobby. There is no way about it. Adam, what's going on tonight, buddy? I know my man Adam. What's up, buddy? Good preaching tonight. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. No, Giants go in Florida. They did pull out the game yesterday. Otherwise, they would be 1-4. But Bobby, deep down inside, Bobby knows the Eagles are trash too. He knows the Eagles suck. Bobby knows the Eagles suck. He knows, and he knows they ain't going anywhere this year. What are you, Jones, a franchise quarterback? If he's erratic, he did not look good before the injury. Well, listen, he's going to have bad games. now and again. And I really do believe, Dim, that Andrew Thomas being out was messing with Daniel Jones. I mean, I don't know. Listen, I don't know. Look, I don't want a quarterback from this class. I was all about Spencer Rattler before the year started, and now I've watched Rattler play, and he sucks. Rattler's going to lose his job to Caleb Williams. Rattler got benched. Rattler got benched last year against Texas. And deja vu, he got benched again this year against Texas, and the same thing happened. So I don't want Sam Howell. Like I said, everybody loves this kid from Liberty. People love Matt Corral from Ole Miss. Sorry, Mississippi State. And I don't like the quarterbacks in this class. I think a quarterback's going to come in here and do better than Daniel Jones. I really don't. Give Daniel Jones an offensive line. And if Daniel Jones is bad next year and you want to go quarterback, at least you have an offensive line for the new quarterback. I don't know. It's always, the funny thing is it's always split. The fan base is very split. You know what's funny? Jake says, as a UNC, Howell's overrated. As an Oklahoma fan, Rattler's overrated. But the fan base is split. Some people swear by Daniel Jones, think he's the future, think he's the franchise. Some people, like Jeffrey Abbey, swear the guy sucks. He's always sucked. He always will suck. We'll never win with Daniel Jones. I can never make up my mind. I have never waffled on a player in my life more than this guy. Never. I never know what the hell to think of him. He is changes week to week, man. He's like a chameleon. I think he's done a really good job this year. I think Daniel Jones has played very well this year. But is he an elite guy? Absolutely not. Will he ever be an elite guy? I don't think he'll ever reach that level. I don't. But I would like to see what happens if they give the kid an offensive line, because when he had protection, he destroyed New Orleans. He's got Kadarius Toney. That kid looks like he can play. The hell with the running back. Don't need him. Don't need Saquon. Just get a running back that's serviceable. Build that offensive line, man. Build the offensive line. Get Daniel Jones a reliable tight end too, please. Can we get him a reliable tight end? Can you get that for him? Offensive line. I am never a guy that preaches that. I like defense. Offensive line. Because like I said, if Daniel Jones isn't the guy and you want to go a different quarterback, at least you're bringing in a quarterback with an offensive line. Most quarterbacks come into the league and they fail because the line that they're behind sucks. Destroyed David Carr's career in Houston. Killed him. It's killed a lot of guys in their career when they have a bad offensive line. So, because usually you go to a team that doesn't have a good offensive line, and that's why they're a terrible team. That's why those quarterbacks end up there. Get an offensive line. Give Daniel Jones, Tyler Linderbaum, and another offensive lineman. This offseason, the entire thing, the number one priority is offensive line. Offensive line. And I'm not even that guy. Chris is that guy. But I can't preach enough. I want to see what Daniel Jones can do with a good offensive line. Am I blaming the offensive line for all of his failures? Absolutely not. But when I see what he did against New Orleans with a clean pocket and confidence that he was going to be protected, that was a different Daniel Jones than we've seen maybe outside of the game against Washington when they had nothing to play for, and neither did we. I always thought that was there for Daniel Jones. Maybe not 400 yards, but I always thought that skill set's there, he's good enough. He can be that guy. Not every week, but he has that there when you protect him. My thing with Daniel Jones has never been skill. It's been in between his ears. Always. You guys know that. For years, he needs to be confident. He needs to have conviction in his throws. He needs to stop thinking and just play. Everyone's like he needs to go through his progressions. That's a fact. But sometimes when you're in the back of your mind, you're going, oh shit, I'm going to get hit. spend a second and a half, 2 seconds. He doesn't have in his head. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have time to go through progressions, but in Daniel Jones's head, he might be saying, I don't have time to go through my progression. I'm throwing a ball because I don't want to get hit again. We've seen it. We've seen this kid get killed. Sometimes he has no shot. So give him an offensive line. And if he sucks after year 4, then guess what? You go with a different quarterback then. That's all. You go with a different quarterback then. You don't re-sign him. If you get him an offensive line, you have Kenny Golladay. He's coming back. You got Kadarius Toney. Looks like he can play. You got Sterling Shepard because you restructured his contract. He's going to be back next year. Evan Ingram ain't going to be here. Thank God. But you're going to have all those players. You got talent. Protect them. If you can't do it with a good offensive line, you move on. And the quarterback class in 2023 is going to be better than the one in 2022. That's the way I look at it. Once he plays enough without a fumble, then I feel he can open up more, stop being so careful. Well, yeah, but you've seen my Philippines expert. He has cut down on the turnovers big time. Does he still fumble now and again? Yes. The fumble against Denver, it's like, come on, man. But again, that goes back to Daniel Jones leading with his head instead of sliding. I just want Daniel Jones to slide. Bye-bye, Butterfinger. Yeah, I can't stand I hate Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is the Giants' equivalent of Gary Sanchez of the Yankees. Evan Ingram catches balls when it doesn't matter. Right? He had a couple of amazing catches against Dallas. Game was over. All you got to do is catch the ball against the Eagles. We're division champions. Save taxes. Daniel Jones is good. Jeffrey Albany will tell you Daniel Jones is the worst quarterback ever. It's true. The fan base is so split on pretty much everything, except for the fact we all know that we suck and we got to get better. You know. What's going on, Matthew Goodman? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, sir. Classy Cowboy fan right there, by the way. Like I said, I do read all the comments. Somebody actually said, and I haven't responded because I appreciate you guys and girls, man. You're killing it with the comments, and that commenting on the videos helps the channel. Trust me when I tell you, this is why I ask for you to hit the thumbs up. Why I ask you to comment. It helps. It helps any content creator. This has something to do with the YouTube algorithm. It's called interaction. But those things, commenting and liking, help the hell out of your videos. They really do. You guys have been killing with the comments. So I don't respond to every comment, but I read as many as I can. Sometimes, like with the post-game videos, when I make my post-game video, then I go upstairs and I shower and there's 400 comments in an hour. Sometimes I can't get through all those. But one guy actually said to me, he goes, "Are you reading my comment?" And I just commented, "Yep," because I do. But most Cowboy fans, at least for everything that I read on my post-game video, they were all very classy. Every one of them. Every one of them said, "Hope you guys get better. Sorry, it sucks. Hate to see that happen. Hope Daniel Jones is okay. Hope Saquon's okay." Every one of them did not see, didn't see that at all. You know, people send me these things on Twitter, like on Instagram, like Baddog. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not going to get in a pissing match with people on Twitter that think it's funny when somebody gets hurt. Those people have enough problems in their life. They got enough problems. There's a reason people are like that, and that's because they're miserable. So I don't need to say anything to them. They're in their own hell. People that act like that, they're in their own hell. They are not happy with themselves. As a man that studied psychology, I can tell you that without a doubt. I always tell you the same thing. People that come in here and say derogatory things to me for no reason, they're just, all that is projecting their feelings and their insecurities about themselves on me, which is why I actually kind of find it funny, because I know damn well when someone comes in and goes, "You're ugly," I know deep down inside they feel that they're ugly and they're insecure about their appearance. And I'm almost 46 years old, and I've been married for 21 years. Do you really think I give a damn what I look like at this point? I don't. I do, but I don't. I am not out there trying to impress anybody. But let's face it, I look damn good, and I know I do, but that's okay. That's another video. That's a fact. So there's people like, oh, look at this Eagle fan, look at the I don't care, man. People are people. Let them have that. Let them be toxic on the internet. It's got nothing to do with me. You're not ignored, Fabian, but there's a lot of things to get to. I can't comment on everybody, but you shouldn't feel ignored. I mean, I can't read every comment. Cigar says, do you agree the defense has been, oh my God, absolutely. That's a great thumbnail, by the way. Snoop, my man Snoop. Rushing defense is bad. Defense sucks. I plan on being calm in my post-game video yesterday. I exploded when I got. Somebody said to me, they go, it's funny because Baddog say he's going to be calm or whatever, and then all of a sudden, it's like a crescendo. Like all of a sudden, I just start to go off, and all of a sudden, it's because I get really passionate and worked up. That happened with the defense. LakerDog will make an appearance tomorrow night. Absolutely, yes, sir. LakerDog will be back tomorrow night. I forgot who the hell they play, but the Warriors. I think they play the Warriors again, David. Yeah. LakerDog's around. It was encouraging. We had a good stream last night. I mean, I know the preseason, there's not a lot of crowd, but we had like almost 700 people in there at one point. That's a good thing. And they were getting blown out. That's a good thing. What's going on, Big Vito? What's going on, Duke? But the hell with the Cowboys. How about Boomer Sooner, Duke? How about that comeback, Duke? The hell with the Cowboys. No, with the Cowboys. How about Caleb Williams, Duke? Let's go. How about giving the ball to Kennedy Brooks for a change, Duke? How about that? Kennedy Brooks, 217 yards. Can we give the ball to Kennedy Brooks, please? How about that, Duke? Let's talk about that, Duke. Let's not talk about the game yesterday. Little ASMR. How about we just talk about the Sooners and the short horn. Horns down. Short horn down. That was a hell of a comeback, Duke. Mask, Deadly Dashy, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, really. Hey, your Bengals are pretty good. He says, I swear this Bengals defense needed to wake up in that Packers game. Do you think the Bengals will beat the Lions next week? Yes, I do. And you should have beat the Packers. Hell of a comeback by the Bengals, and you can't make a field. You had a chance. Mason Crosby misses a chip shot. You have an opportunity to win the game, and you didn't. But I'll tell you this. That combination, Dashy, of Burrow to Jamar Chase, which we saw at LSU, is unbelievable. If I'm a Bengals fan, I am excited about the future of the Cincinnati Bengals. Without a doubt. We don't have that here with the Giants. We maybe we saw a glimpse of it with Daniel Jones to Kadarius Toney. Maybe. We don't know. It's been one game. But Jamar Chase set a rookie record. What? He's had at least 50 yards receiving in every one of his games so far. And I love Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's my dog. I love Joe Mixon. But Joe Burrow's a damn good coach. That's going to be fun to watch for years, Dashy. For years. That'd be fun. Be fun for a Bengal fan. You'll beat the Lions suck. You probably beat them on the last second field goal. Don't everybody beat the Lions on the last second field goal. The Lions come all the way back miraculously to take the lead on the Vikings. Tearing the ball. I don't know who did it, but they tear the ball away. All the Vikings are trying to do is run out the clock. They lose a fumble. The Lions score a touchdown. They don't try to tie it. They go for two to take the lead. They convert the 2-point conversion with about 40 seconds to go, and they let the Vikings go down and drill a field goal. And I don't know if it was week 1, but didn't Justin Tucker hit a 66-yarder to beat him at the buzzer? That team snake bit. We think we got it bad here as in the Giants fan base. Them poor, I feel bad for them Lions fans. They can't do anything right. And they traded for Jared Goff, and Goff sucks so bad. I was happy that Stafford got out of it. Stafford was so good. Bad ownership. Bad ownership. This happens. But you'll beat them, Dashy. You'll beat them. Am I ready for Bucks versus Giants? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ready Red, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Look at Mitch Trubisky's in here. He says, now that I think about it, we shouldn't rebuild, just build the old line, a D line, because yes, we need to build the trenches, Mitch. Big time. Big time. Big time. Zurib says you need to watch Spartacus on HBO. I don't have HBO. I've never had HBO. That's why I never watched The Sopranos. Scottzilla, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, sir. Good to see. Michael Velez says the Lions are gross. But yeah. And I know a couple of Lions fans on YouTube. My man Hitman 313. I don't know if they still do videos. 313 Hitman. God, who's the other guy, man? I can't think of his name. The poor guy. He makes videos. What the hell is his name? It's not 313 Hitman. Oh my God. Old person moment, man. But I watch his videos. I feel for the Lions fans. Why does God hate the Giants? It's a great question. It's a great question. Wales, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? There you go. There you go. I want to point this out. Mr. Wilkins, you see the star, so you know he's not a Giants fan. You know he's not a Giants fan. The star usually represents Dallas, says, and I quote, Danny Dimes is better than Hurts. Facts. Outside observer. Outside observer that hates both of them teams, mind you. There you go. Paisano, buono notte. Good night to you, sir. Good night to you. Appreciate it. Relax, have some gabagool. I never watched The Sopranos. I never watched them. I never knew what the hell that even meant, Big Vito, until somebody told me what gabagool was. I never even knew what the hell it was. I've never watched The Sopranos. And everybody talks about whatchamacallit. Everybody's like, oh, you got to watch The Sopranos, man. How you don't watch The Sopranos? You're Italian. I love it because I'm Italian. I got to do certain things. You're Italian, Bad Dog. You don't like wine? No, wine sucks. I never acquired a taste for wine. Bad Dog, you don't do the 7 fishes? No, fish is disgusting. I don't touch it. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the look of it. I certainly don't like the taste of it. It's gross. So no. Not a big garlic guy either. Do like a little garlic now and again, but not a big garlic guy. Not an onion guy. No. I always joke around, jokingly say my family's fake Italian. My mom wasn't the greatest cook. My mom would burn things. Not burnt where you couldn't eat them, but overcook a little. Like she would make biscuits, they'd always be burnt on the bottom. She'd make cookies, they'd always be burnt on the bottom. She would burn bacon. She still does, by the way. My mom makes something, I burn pizza. So, inevitably, I like things burnt. I like burnt popcorn. I like burnt bacon. The extra toasty Cheez-Its are my favorite. Now, obviously, I'm not the only one because I made a flavor just to burn the Cheez-Its. I like burnt cheese. I like my pizza crust extremely crispy. I like not burnt chicken wings, but really crispy chicken wings. I like biscuits burnt on the bottom of them. I like my cookies a little overcooked. That's mom. But usually, Italian women cook a big smorgasbord of stuff. That wasn't my mom. We're fake Italian. I say it all the time. But it's funny. There's definitely some stereotypes I have for Italians. I'm loud. I have very thick eyebrows. I got a big nose. I mean, this is nothing new. Chris can't be stopped. What's going on, buddy? Thanks so much. Brilly. I got a bad temper too. That's also Italian. Stubborn. That's also Italian. That's also New York. You really don't get more stubborn than an Italian New Yorker. We're pretty damn stubborn people. I got to admit that. I don't know how the hell my wife deals with me. And guess what? I have a little one of me too. And my wife is Irish, so my kid's Irish Italian. So God help us. I mean, it is what it is. He says LWKG, Logan Ryan, LW, Kenny Galladay, LW. Why Giants front office? Adoree Jackson. Who the hell is? Oh, Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams, Kenny Galladay, Adoree Jackson, Logan Ryan. Why is Giants front office overpay for suspect performance? I don't think the Giants really have an analytics department or a purpose of one. I think part of it is you have to overpay free agents. I really do. The Logan Ryan thing I actually am a good cook. I see people talk about cooking. I'm actually not a bad cook. I'm not a great cook. My mom can make pasta like nobody's business. Pasta, pizza, lasagna, good at that. The Italian dishes she can make. There's the other things. Pork chops, you'd burn the pork chops. You know what I didn't like? My mom would fry steak now and again. I did not appreciate that at all. My mom could make a damn good breakfast. So listen, when I was young, getting off topic, which always happens. When I was young, when you're 16, 17, there's probably some people in here that are that age. You sleep till like 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock. You're up all night. You're playing games. Back in my day, it was freaking Sega Genesis or whatever. NES. Greatest video game console ever. The original Nintendo Entertainment System. But I digress. She would always, if she wanted to wake me up, she'd always make bacon. Bacon would, if I was dead, when I die, if somebody's cooking bacon, I will rise from the dead. My mom can make a damn good breakfast. Pancakes, waffles, eggs over easy, bacon. Yeah, good stuff. But Chris, I think that they have to overpay. I think that's everybody. I think everybody overpays, especially when you want to get the top free agents to a bad team. You have to overpay them because most players, money's important, but they want to win. And when you look at the New York Giants, and we have sucked for years. It's not like this is an aberration and we've been good and all of a sudden we're bad. We have sucked for the better part of a decade. Let's be fair. When you're a shitty team, Fabian, my dad passed away 6 years ago. My mom's still alive. My mom's retired. Lucky her. But when you're a bad team, you have to overpay to get the players here. If the Giants were really good, see, the Giants are 12-4 last year. And they were 11-5 the year before, right? And they're like one piece away from really competing. You're going to get a lot of guys that want to play for the New York Giants knowing that they're trending upwards. And they'll take less money to play for a winner. But because we're not good, we have to pay. We have to pay extra to get them here. That's the way I look at it anyway. Don't know if that's fact, but that's what I think. If we were good, I don't think we'd have to pay them as much. I think they'd want to come here because they have a chance to win a championship. And they know, looking at this team right now, there's no way any free agent could be looking at the Giants, looking at the ownership, looking at the general manager going, shit, this team's bad. General manager could be gone. Coach could be gone. I don't know what the hell I'm coming into here. Is Daniel Jones going to be the quarterback? Who the hell is going to be here? Who's not? Don't know. This team has all this change. Do I really want to go there? Not having a direction, not knowing, do I want to play the prime of my life with a team that I don't know is going anywhere? So I think that's why we overpay him. Facts. Bacon can move continents. Facts. Dashi, no parlo Italiano. No parlo Italiano. I don't speak Italian. I know a little Italian, but not that much. He has no choice, Bobby. We suck. I mean, listen, Harry Roseman does the same thing, buddy. The Eagles overpay the shit out of everybody, and then they restructure the contracts and push the overpaying back even farther. He does the same thing. Well, you're right, Zweeb. It is. That's why I eat turkey bacon now. Turkey bacon's drier. It's not. It doesn't have the same consistency. Like the pork bacon's the best. Don't get me wrong, but I eat turkey bacon. Turkey bacon it's drier. It's less greasy, a lot less fat, a lot less calories, much healthier for you. Same type of flavor. I mean, don't get me wrong. Turkey bacon is freaking good. Turkey bacon is salty. It's got the flavor of bacon. It doesn't have it's not going to melt in your mouth. Like a good piece of pork bacon is so greasy that if you cook it just right, you can put it in your mouth, the whole thing collapses. Turkey bacon ain't going to have, you have to chew turkey bacon. You got to work to eat a piece of turkey bacon. It's like turkey jerky. It's like beef jerky. It really is like beef jerky. Beef jerky is damn good. Bacon jerky is good too. Anybody ever had bacon jerky? Have you ever had bacon jerky? That's really what turkey bacon's like. It's like bacon jerky. So that's what it is. But I am going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. We always start off with the Giants. Yeah, we talk about the Giants most of the night. We always get into different things. But, that's because life is life, man. It's not all about sports. Life is good. Enjoy your life. Giants do put a damper on us. I know that. And listen, I'm a depressed Giants fan. I'm not going to lie. It's depressing. But, that's why I love you guys and girls. No matter how shitty the Giants are, you're always here for me. I appreciate that. It doesn't matter how bad they are. You're always here for me. You're always watching the videos. You're always in the live streams. You're always supporting. You're hitting the thumbs up. You're sharing the streams out. You're getting people to subscribe, whatever it is. I couldn't do this without you guys and girls. I'm extremely grateful. I'm very fortunate. I can never say it enough. How much I love each and every one of you guys and girls. That makes my channel what it is. That makes it worth my while to come on here and talk to you. Whether we agree or disagree, I always respect your opinions. We're never going to agree on everything. Again, that's part of having such, great supporters and having so many of you. We're never going to all agree on what's going to fix the Giants or what the major problem is with the Giants. But what we all do agree on is this team sucks and it needs to get better. And unfortunately, man, when we looked at it last year, we thought maybe we were turning a corner. At least I did. I thought we were going to be better this year, especially when we went out and we got Kenny Galladay. I thought we were really missing that piece. And when we got Adoree Jackson, I thought that was really going to help. And I really thought that Dave Gettleman was going to fix the offensive line more in the draft. I really thought Rashawn Slater was coming here. I really wanted Micah Parsons. It does look like Kadarius Toney could be a really good receiver. But again, it's kind of in that Odell Beckham realm. Is that really going to help us win? Like I said, man, hopefully next year we go offensive line. We have got to build a wall in front of Daniel Jones. It has to happen. And we have to somehow try to find a pass rusher and get somebody that can get to the damn quarterback. There's just a lot of holes in this team still. And going into this year, I thought we were going to turn a corner, and we haven't. And you know what? Now I don't know what the hell fixes it. I don't know how long it's going to take. It sucks. That's why it's depressing. I don't know. I hope that somehow, some way, we're 1-4. It's still early. Problem is, this division, the Cowboys are really good. Last year, the division sucked. And a lot of that had to do with Dak getting hurt. But even before Dak got hurt, the Cowboys were not good. This division was bad last year, which gave us a puncher's chance into December. This year, that's not going to happen. So unless we have a miraculous turnaround and all of a sudden this team figures it the hell out and finds out how to win, it's going to be another long year. But I'll be here for the duration of it. I'm going to be doing these live streams, the videos, streaming the games with Chris, doing Talking Giants. And like I said, the fact that you guys and girls support the way you do with such a bad team, it just speaks volumes. I'm proud to be a part of the fan base. The team might not make me proud a lot of weeks. Being part of this fan base certainly does. I love you guys and girls. Have a great night. And hey, if any Lakers fans in here want to come out and hang out with the LakerDog tomorrow, I'll be live for the Lakers. Because the Lakers, no emotional attachment, just a fun stream that I can hang out with and not lose my mind, whether they win or lose. It's a nice change of pace for me. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, guys, girls, or this Tuesday. And I will see you next time. It's Bad Nigga Dizzle. Thank you so much. I'm